All right, I think we're live. Sorry about for being like a minute late. OBS crashed the first time I tried to bring it up. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Good morning, Grace. Grace, of course, embroiled in lolcow fat camp drama. Way too much to get into on an introduction, but I think there's 2 days left of fat camp. Ruby and Ava A-log the Thorpes in their police encounter. What else happened? VP still going strong. Oh, she's doing a crossover. If you do you remember in the very first Boyd talent show, we saw somebody that was named called Sunset City 13. Well, now Vegan Patriot is doing a spicy, maybe spicy crossover with Sunset City. I haven't seen much about the Jedi. You're worried about Ben? It's a weird vibe. It's a weird time, but they'll persevere, I'm sure. Well, we got two old school daytime talk shows to watch, and then I have a special clip that just got uploaded not too recently, but it's like an older clip, but like a nice copy of it came up. I'm sorry, the cat's being really. I'm watching the cat. He's being really strange. What are you doing, buddy? I'm trying to set up another IRL sometime fairly soon. I'm sorry, the cats are really weird. Anyway, I think that's all the news I have. Was there anything else? I got a couple new videos of the girl that chops the wood. She had like a gigantic sword out cutting stuff up. Was there anything else? Sorry, I should have been better prepared for this. Jimmy, I don't know if he got one of his channels deleted. I have to look into it, but he was like upset that it was being frayed. I don't know if he's talking about Divine Feminine Collective that got deleted like a long time ago, or if it's a new. I'll have to check his channels, but he's embroiled as always in like a an issue with YouTube over censorship. But I think that's all the news. Pretty slow day. What's up, Armand? What's up, Ember? Lolcow rejects going strong. D Dog and Jimmy. Jimmy the tumor guy or Jimmy the Rastafarian guy? All right, anyway, these are two. I picked two episodes I thought looked pretty good. The first one is from, I don't know if you remember Queen Latifah had a show, but this is an episode from her show. It's called Fix Up My Racist Friend on an Interracial Blind Date. That should be completely drama-free content. Anyway, let's go.
They got too much junk in the trunk.
I think that you are intimidated by us. She thinks that white people smell like wet dogs. I'm sorry, they stink.
But now,
We're fixing them up on blind dates with people outside of their race. I feel that everybody's going to be looking at me like, why is she with a white guy?
our cameras follow the dates and don't miss a thing.
We're going to get the results of our little experiment.
Now on Queen Latifah.
What's up? Get cracked.
Welcome,
Yeah.
and thanks for being here. Today's show is part of...
Yeah, OPC Don was talking to some guy. Isn't that the guy? He used to be like a Grace person, and now he's like a Ruby supporter. That's what everybody calls him. His name was Tumorhead. I mean, come on. I don't know anything about him as far as like content or whatever. I don't think it's weird to call him the Tumor guy though. His name was like Jimmy the Tumorhead or something like that. What's up, Jeremy? He was a Grace simp. Get crack. Wasn't that the guy that donated a bunch of money to Grace? And they thought he was. I thought it was another Dagny situation because he was giving Grace. I'm pretty sure it's the same guy. Was giving her a bunch of money, and then became like a big Ruby supporter. What's up, Joe Shabatoni? Earlier this morning, Ben was going after Tumor Jimmy. Wow. Nobody's safe.
of our continuing effort to change this world one racist at a time.
Yeah, like I'm not anti-Jimmy or anything. I don't know. I really have had minimal interactions with him. I just always remember any discussion about him being because he was dying.
But today, thank you. But today, we're going about it in a new and I think totally
Doris
creative
Berkowitz.
way. Now, you may not be surprised that some of the stereotypes today's guests had, but you will be surprised at what they've agreed to do in spite of those stereotypes. Today we're hooking up our very...
Oh, the Thorpes wouldn't bring Jimmy. Okay, that's what I was wondering because I don't ever remember him coming up on panel. So that makes sense then. So that's like a kind of a recurring thing then. Are people that are unhappy if they're not brought up on panel or like not brought up enough. Ben's on the warpath.
opinionated, you could say, racist guests on interracial blind dates. I know you didn't think those words could be put together.
Oh, this will be good news for some of you. Next week, I should be able to keep the streams going until like 2 my time, which I think is like an extra 2.5, 3 hours-ish.
But we can do this. Now, while our cameras are going to follow every move on these dates. So our first guest today is Gabriel. Now, Gabriel says her best friend Keisha has feelings about white men, and they're so strong and so warped that the only way she'll ever come around is if she spends some quality time with a white guy. What kind of stuff does she say?
She thinks that white people smell like wet dogs. She won't use my lip gloss if I've kissed a white man. She refuses to come to my house and use my cups, plates, or any type of bath rag. She comes prepared. She's like, if a white man has used it, I don't want to use it.
Are you serious?
Why should not? She doesn't want to use it. She says that she just prefers to stick with a black man.
Doesn't that sound bizarre? Don't you tell
and
her
she
that?
says, I'm not a racist. She says, I'm not a racist. I just will not. She will not go outside her race and date.
Now, who do you date for the most part?
For the most part, I date white men. Or a variety, I date any man.
Wet dogs.
I won't just limit myself to just a black man.
You never heard that before, Ember? That's like the most common thing I hear, like in regard to white people. when topics like this are discussed, is that people think white people smell like wet dogs.
And she thinks I should.
My goodness. All right, well, the good news is she allowed you and us to fix her up on a blind date with a white guy tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very brave of us. So let's meet Gabriel's friend Keisha and see what she's all about. Welcome Keisha to the show, y'all.
Hold on a second. ATF Media, are you saying that this woman is not going to be looking for love on this date? She's not going to give the guy a chance?
Hi, Keisha.
How you doing?
Fine. Now, what is it about
White guys, the guys she deals with.
all white men?
That's not true.
Well, what are your issues with her white men?
She gets dirty guys. I mean, ones
You smell like vanilla? That's fair.
that they smell like wet dogs. I'm sorry, they do. They stink. She said that he just came from jogging. He's in like khakis and he's dressed real nice. He didn't
He's
just
in
come from
khakis
jogging.
and
He
he
stinks.
stinks.
He said one of her 52-year-old guys gonna tell me, well, white men don't have to take baths like black men. I said, what? Okay,
That's a Ben
all right. And the
Thorpeism,
thing
I
about the
think.
dishes, they're dirty. They're dirty. That's
it.
okay. No, I don't even use your plastic cups. You know I won't. I don't need it. I just go to the store and get me some. Because he drinks out the jug. Yes, he drinks it. Doesn't brush his teeth. She assumes he doesn't. He assumes he doesn't. Gray looking stuff on his teeth. His teeth are chipped.
Oh, my God.
And then she tells me, oh, this. She's always making any white man.
Who doesn't shower with a washcloth? You must hang around with like all like what together people.
Any person, she'll find a fault. If he's not black, she's gonna.
I think you could turn on the majority of YouTube channels that circulate in our sphere and hit people that don't bathe with a washcloth regularly.
Find fault in him.
Unless you count out of a sink.
That's not true. Point blank. If he's not a brother, then she don't want him.
Well, so you trying to tell me that you're not a racist?
I'm not. I mean, I have no problem with white people, just some of them.
That's what I was thinking. Ben, come on out. Can you imagine the response from Ben? Or the response like that the audience would give him?
The stink, if you stink, it's even with white. If you stink, you stink. What about chinks? They stink.
Now, Ben, you make your daughter clean your dirty underwear in a bathtub at a hotel?
All of them, but most of them
Now,
smell like
the word
Oriental food.
chinks, I think, is a little bit
that's
the
her
right
word.
word.
That's her word. She says it.
Well, you have a little, go ahead. What about them, though?
Well, some of them. Most. I mean, the ones that I've inquired, not just going to go get Chinese food, they really do stink. They smell like some type of, like they've been cooking it, like they took a bath in what they were cooking in. They really stink.
There's nothing wrong with being a normie, though.
I mean, and then...
If that's true, which I doubt.
That is true. I don't think they stink. She even dated one before. And
I think you're just a clean weirdo.
And I mean, he smelled like cheese that had molded. He was stinking.
Oh, wow.
And then he couldn't understand a word I was saying, but she said, "That's okay, baby. I know what you're saying."
Wait, if he smells like moldy cheese, is she talking about Frenchman?
She didn't know what he was saying.
That's okay, baby. I know what you're saying.
You know, she brings me here to make it seem like I'm just...
Gabrielle, you like dating dirty guys? I mean, let's get back in.
Doesn't look like I did a dirty guy.
No, y'all don't. Neither one of you guys look like you would date a dirty guy, but
Well, she said that the guys she dates are normally in their 50s, right?
you don't look racist either. If that has a look.
She likes the rough
Maybe it's
looking
old
type
guy
white
smell.
guy.
No,
one that
I
doesn't
like a
shave. Professional man, period.
So okay, now you have agreed to let us set you up on a blind date with a white guy.
With a dirty white man.
I don't think we.
That's
I don't
not
think
true.
we should do that.
No, as long as what I said, as long as
But
he didn't
you
have
have
blue
agreed
eyes.
to it, right? How
Right, that's
do you
right.
think you're gonna feel walking down the street with him
Embarrassed.
tonight on a date?
Embarrassed.
Why?
I feel that everybody's going to be looking at me like, why is she dating, hanging out with a white guy? I mean,
so what?
if you're having fun, you're people. He's the
But
person.
I thought you
you're
weren't
gonna have
racist.
fun
I thought
around.
you weren't racist. I mean,
I'm not, but it's
So why
embarrassing.
would you
Everybody, it's embarrassing, okay? Because
Why is it
I look at him
embarrassing?
and I'm like, God,
Those are impressive stats. Like if you were a streamer, people would be pretty amazed.
I just wonder what he sees in her or what she sees in him. People.
that
You're a nice
sounds
person, he's
pretty
a nice
racist
person.
to me. That
Yeah.
don't sound just you can't smell
If
them.
you're
It ain't
fine.
like you can smell them.
I remember I remember one time Grace was talking to chat and she was like doing like mentally like a checklist. And somebody said something to her about hygiene and she's like, "Nope, showered and brushed teeth within the last few days."
And they're not gonna be able to smell you tonight when you're walking around with
I
this
know,
guy.
but they're still going to be looking at me funny. I don't care
So
what
what?
anybody says.
Uh-huh.
Maybe
Okay,
because we're in
so
New York,
there's
but I
some
know if I was
issues
back
up
home,
under
they
there.
would really be looking
All right,
at
well,
me.
before I bring them out here to meet you, tell me what your biggest fear is.
A dorky guy with blonde eyes. I mean, blonde hair and
Blonde
blue
eyes.
eyes. Real skinny guy, because, you know, I'm a wanted someone with some color to him.
Wait, hold
her
on.
pale
Blonde eye. Is she accusing him of bleaching the brown eye?
White man. She said no, a little tint eye.
she said a little tint.
A little tint, that's all I'm asking.
Yeah, I remember when it was weird that she was an actress and like now that's predominantly like how I see her.
Brother with a suntan. So, I mean, a
you
white guy
gotta
with
be
a
a
suntan.
Grace has said she brushes her teeth once a week. Oh boy. Oh man.
A white guy with a suntan would be nice. You know, not a pale,
This is
complected
going
guy.
to be interesting. Oh, my
Yeah.
goodness.
I
All
feel
right,
sorry
Keisha,
for
the
him.
guy we found for you has studied at the University of Spain and is currently in grad school at Montclair State. Please welcome 23-year-old Brendan Reed to the show.
Peeked in on VP. Hey, what's up, King TL? And she was sleeping in her bed. What the fuck is up with her bed? Piled with her purse, vodka bottle, and plates with food. Yeah, that's it. That's VP. Bed mukbangs, like everything she needs is like within reach on the bed. That's her pretty tip. That's her like nesting style. It could be because she only has like her space is very limited. Like I think she only has like that bed in Purple's dad's house that she can like make her own. So yeah, but that's pretty typical. Like VP is at this point in her streaming career is mostly like bed rotting with like a little bit of IRL, but like I like that kind of content. I actually think it's more entertaining than the drama content.
Brendan got a job done.
Hi, Brendan.
Hey, Brendan.
My favorite rappers are the Famous Twins.
How you doing?
How you doing?
First of all,
Look at
thank
this
you
guy.
for participating in this. This is very brave of you.
Thank you.
Tell
Very
us a little
brave.
bit about yourself.
Well, I'm 23 years old right now. As you said, I attend Montclair State. I model full-time. And in Newark, I'm a youth minister for peer counseling.
Oh boy.
And
Youth minister. Oh my gosh, look at this guy. Radio Foreman in the crowd.
What kind of women do you usually date?
Assorted flavors.
Good morning to everyone except BB. Wow, King. Are you beefing again?
All across the board.
Okay.
I think beauty is in a person, not in the color. I see beauty. I don't see color.
Uh-huh. Now, I'm sure you've heard some of what Keisha has had to say while she's been out here. What do you think about some of that?
Don't you think the first thing they should have done was have her lean over and smell him? Like, come on.
her stereotypes, I don't know, she might just be dating corny guys because
Wait, she's 23? I thought she was the mom.
don't smell like a wet dog. I smell like Issey Miyake. I know how to dance.
You got me like,
Look at his shoes.
see, I'm not mad at that. Well, you up for this challenge?
I can open up her eyes to more things.
I hope so.
All right. You ready, girl?
It's going to be tough.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I said, are you ready?
Is that like a Candy Warhol? Is that like 100% legitimate? Like, I've never heard Grace say that she only brushes her teeth once a week, but somebody else did say it in chat, told me in chat one time.
All right, let's get it on. We're going to send you guys all to get that. Get ready for your big night tonight, and later in this very hour, we're going to see how their night went. Up next, we're going to meet a white guy who says the thought of kissing a black woman, well, let's just say that it's not something he spends a lot of time thinking about. Hopefully, we're going to change that after this. We'll be right back.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So what did the girl say we lost? You gonna leave on Saturday?
Well, if that's true, that is one area I would give like direct advice that like a minor amount of care now will save like a shit ton of problems down the road, and like like if and I mean, let's be real, Grace's face carries a lot of weight on the channel, right? Like it draws in people. It's a big part of the show, is like how she looks, and like, man, your teeth are like, yeah, like a little bit of prevention will go like a long way, like long term. Like that's not something to fuck around with. Like even if you're not talking about like how you look, like problematic teeth are are a very high source of like heart disease and shit like that. Like it's not a good idea.
About race, and we're fixing them up on blind dates with people outside of their race. So say hello to our next guest, Chris, y'all. Now, Chris says that his best friend Jimmy is a genius, but when it comes to all those negative stereotypes about black people...
Now that He-Man is gone, we can talk about them. Well, she's going to be in and out. How can we be sure we can time this right?
Jimmy's just another sheep in the herd. What kind of stereotypes?
She's listening right now.
He thinks all black women
ATF
are loud,
media. It's a setup.
mouthy, all up in your face all the time, gold digging, always got something to say to you, yapping in your ears, you know what I'm saying? All he ever dated was
I told you.
white women. He dates these prissy white women. You know what I'm saying? These prissy white women, they're like Barbie dolls, you know what I'm saying? The kinds that come in the club.
Can you imagine Grace with a set of like teeth like Boogie has though? Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Walk all around. Oh, he touched me. You know what I'm saying? These women don't know how to have fun. You know?
Is she really already up to $30 an hour? Wow. I thought, where'd they start at?
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, come on, man. Up at the bar, can't even have a beer with this girl. They're like, oh, can I have a Cosmopolitan, please? Who are these people? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Lighten up, lighten up. They're always trying to put a front on for somebody. You know what I'm saying? But I will tell them this, though. You know what I'm saying? There is hope. There is hope. Because I used to be like that. You know what I'm saying? I used to be like that, right? Check me out.
So what happened? What happened for you?
Well, I went to school and that's all I was surrounded by. I dated one white girl. I wasn't down with it because she was just like that. You know what I'm saying? Just all prissy.
This guy definitely calls into chaotic truth.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, and I can't. I date mostly black women because I vibe with them. You know what I mean? And I can,
What's up,
I get that vibe
Laughing
with me, and they're there with me. They're not all, oh, hey, can we go now? You know what I mean? All whiny. In
2-hour stream, $60. I mean, wow, that's impressive.
my ear. I just can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So one time,
I just can't do that.
he'll come out here, sit like this, do his thing, just look around. How you doing? How you doing?
And Kick, I think, is pretty strong, like, as far as being around because of the money that's backing it and, like, the profitability of the real purpose of Kick. So, like, if they could make a run of it, it's something that could probably, it'll be there for them for a while anyway.
Now, but you guys used to live together, right?
Right.
And you dated black girls throughout this whole time.
Right. We lived together in South Carolina. My girl comes over. She's like, I want to cook you some food. She's cooking me some ham hocks, some fried catfish, right? And I want you to try it. So I'm digging it. I'm eating it. I'm digging it. It tastes good to me. You know what I'm saying? And she's putting some hot sauce on it and whatever. You know what I'm saying? And he sees it. He's like, hot sauce? So we go, man, all black girls put hot sauce on all the food? I'm like, come on, man. He's like, I'll have a
Start a poll of the heathens that you're using a washcloth.
sandwich. I'm like, man, she just cooked all. It's like hot sauce. I don't like hot sauce. They put hot sauce on everything. No. I'm like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Open your minds. You know what I'm saying? See what else is out there besides these little girls, your filet mignon, and your Dom Perignon. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, Jimmy says dating a black girl is definitely not at the top of his list of things to do.
Well, I would think that if they could get to even like a living on Kick, like to pay all the, to be pretty much funded by the KCIP, then like have your donations and stuff like that, or I don't know. Do you get to keep that shit too? I'm assuming so. Like then they really could be really selective on like their interactions and stuff like that, and not have to chase so much.
So let's see who Jimmy is. Let's meet this guy. Jimmy, come on out. Come on out, Jimmy.
What I tell you? What's wrong with this? All prettied up.
You've never dated a black woman?
Never.
Not into black women at all?
Nope.
Now, why is that?
I'm just not attracted to them. I think most of them are gold diggers, like the ones he dates.
Wow.
Always. Yo, take me here, take me there. I want to get my hair done, get my nails done. We're going shopping. When we go out to dinner, like if you want a chicken, no. I want lobster. You know what I'm saying? Give me the Cristal. I mean,
But, check me out. I'll give love when I receive love. You know what I mean? Like, they want me to do this. I'm doing this for them, but they're also hooking me up at the same time. You know what I'm saying? He only sees the side of them asking me for it. You know what I mean? And me giving it to him. He doesn't see them, hooking me up, taking me out, doing their thing for
What's
me.
up,
you know
Eddie?
what I'm saying?
no.
Now, physically, you're not attracted to black women either.
No.
Just,
I
is it
think
the-
they're just a little too curvy for me, man. They got too much junk in the trunk for me.
Oh, wow. Jimmy Spiralopoulos.
Hey, the guy says there's too much junk in the damn trunk.
Have ever dated a black woman? No.
Mad at him. You don't want no damn junk. Okay? Well, for some reason, Jimmy, you have agreed to go out on a date with a black girl today.
I did.
Brave new world.
Hey,
All right. Brave new world. That's right. What is your biggest fear about the woman we
Lobster.
hooked you up with?
My biggest fear?
Yeah.
She'll be mad.
But I feel like what he was describing as how he viewed black women, that just sounds like, I'm not saying all, I'm not being universal or anything, but I feel like that like what he said is applicable to like a lot of women.
Like all up in my ear, annoying, like very in your face. Most of the girls he dates are like that. And
All right. Well, your date's name is Thaisa. She's dated both white and black guys and says that the most attractive guys are the ones who have a close relationship with their mother. How's your relationship with your mom, Jimmy?
I love my mom.
You better
Do
love
anything
your
for her.
mom because she's a journalism student at Howard University. Please welcome Thaisa Gee to the show.
Oh boy.
Sorry, have a seat. You've had a rather interesting life. Thaisa, tell us about it.
I grew
Ben's showing us a Speedo on stream, like that he's wearing, or he's just showing it?
up in Chicago, and I went to a private school my whole life. And, I was always that token black girl in the class, that one so they can say, oh, you have black kids at our school, but it's just that one. So to me, interracial dating was never, that was pretty much all I knew, really pretty much all I saw were, the white guys. And, I went to a big high school, and it was half and half. So from then on, it was just whoever I liked, whoever I clicked with. It didn't really matter what race they were.
And that's right. That's right.
Look at Queen Latifah.
That's right. What kind of things are you into? What kind of things do you enjoy doing?
Well, I'm a journalism major, so I love to write. I love to dance.
All right, all right.
Is he gonna wear that to the compound?
Jimmy? What do you think? You ready for the night?
Yeah, definitely. I'll go out.
I will.
Jimmy got a chocolate.
If I was in a situation to make $30 an hour, like streaming, like as a base, like I'd be doing fucking 24-hour streams till the like whoever was paying it came to came to their senses.
Princess right there next to him. And Issey Miyake over there is ready for the night.
Wow.
All right. Now my next guest is Debbie. Welcome Debbie to the show, you guys.
Oh my Lord, Debbie.
Now Debbie says her son recently dumped his girlfriend of 3 years for a black woman. All right. Now, okay, audience is a little excited. Now her son's ex, who you'll meet in a moment, is blaming the entire black race for this breakup.
Grape smuggler?
Debbie, what kind of things does Kat say?
She says that they're dirty, nappy, musty smelling. They're
Yeah, she has a lot of smell issues over here.
yeah. Drug dealers, gang members.
So why do you want to fix her up today?
I think that where she's at, she's stereotyping a lot of black women, mostly.
Wait.
You know, and
So she's bringing on her son's ex? What? Is that weird to anybody else? Her son's ex and setting him up with another guy?
the black race, you know, that they're
Hey, Randy.
uneducated. They don't take care of themselves. They don't take care of their children.
Oh, if OPC making it into a hug box is going to be an issue, I'd write it off now, man. OPC is like sensitive like Wings of Redemption. Somebody was saying that he was taking it pretty well, but if he's banning people, like, I'm not surprised.
Children, you know, they're mostly bad news. They're drug dealers, gang members. And I want to show her that there are good men out there, you know, that they're educated, they smell good, you know, that not everybody stinks.
All right. Well, let's meet Kat. Kat, come on out and join us.
Can you imagine being banned from chat from a guy who was illegally swapping license plates around to avoid being detected? That's legitimate. Like, I'm pretty sure if you look up serial killers, like many of them use the tactic of swapping license plates when moving between states. Oh my Lord. Oh man, thank you, Get Crack. That's amazing, man. Oh, we get a new emote now. Oh, who do we got? Oh, we got Chill Force. Oh, Chill Force. Onyx. Oh, we got Polly. Wow. We got the Raging Tomato. No way. Wow. What a poll. Holy cow. Thank you so much, Get Crack. What do you think for the new emote? Ben in the yellow hat? That's kind of what I was thinking. That'll put us, like, we're over, for sure now, we're over the next threshold. So I'm thinking Ben in the yellow hat, maybe. But thank you so much, Get Crack. That's like amazingly generous, man. Yeah, Chill Force, Raging Tomato. Chill Force is a surprise. That was a surprise poll. Get Crack is propping up the economy of this Banana Republic channel.
Hi, Kat. Would it have hurt any less if Debbie's son hadn't left you for a black woman?
I think it hurt me a lot more that he did because of the type of person that she is. She has no class. Yeah, she has no class. She's loud. She's outspoken. She's always in somebody's ear about something.
I'm so hyped for the new emote.
She doesn't, to me, I've been around her like a couple times. She smells musty. Like she doesn't take showers, like B.O., like she needs some
Oh
deodorant.
my
Is
God.
it just this
Look at,
girl, or
look
you
at
just
these,
have a
that
problem?
woman's
Do you think
face.
all black women sort of smell like this and act like this, or?
That's the impression that I'm getting. It's just
Well, and a little bit, not quite as impressive, but I think we got at least one Spicoli alt in there too. Yeah, isn't don't judge. Well, no, maybe not. Well, still, just Chill Force and Sarah the Tomato are pretty big polls.
from
Get Crack adding all the rare cards to our collection.
where I live at, the women there are just, it seems like they don't know how to take care of themselves. Just like,
Candy Warhol, one thing to remember, like as far as OPC Don, it might seem like, and I'm not saying it that to justify it. I'm just saying like from his perspective, he has like a history with a lot of people that are probably coming in there, and I don't. It's probably difficult for him to separate that. You know what I mean? Like I don't think he should be banning people, but I'm just saying like that's probably his line of thinking is like he probably has people that he's like has his little like personal vendettas with and shit.
I mean, the musty smell is pretty bad. It's like it's not just her alone. It's her friends, the people she hangs around, and you know the family that she has there. It's like she doesn't take showers. She doesn't believe in
A whole group
it.
of people just, you got a comment for me? Stand up, please.
The only thing I have to say is to Kat, you can't judge the book by its cover. You have to judge them from what you see to them. You know, you got to judge them from the inside. You can't, whatever you can't think about somebody that they stink or not. A lot of people don't stink.
Now you have agreed
Yeah, he runs Lolcow Rejects now, the reboot.
as well to go on a date, an interracial blind date. First time I think those
You're well
words
aware
have
of
been
that.
used on television. Right here, Queen Latifah Show. Cat State has a bachelor's degree in psychology and MBA in marketing.
Yes.
And he's currently working as a marketing manager for a major credit card company. And as soon as she's done with
I think that was one of his most, at least publicly expressed, like if he were to be able to issue executive orders, there's probably a roster of people that would have been permabanned and then all their alts like banned on site. Like that, he was always bringing that up.
them, I'm going to marry him. Please meet Les Matthews, everybody. Hurry up and get through with Les. Come on. Y'all want to know? Oh, definitely don't take that.
Okay, let's see.
This is not fair. Y'all don't even want them and y'all getting good hookups. This is just not fair. All right, Les, tell us a little bit about yourself.
You said it. I have an MBA, a BA
You
from
said
Clark
it.
Atlanta University.
All right, now. All right.
I was raised in Oakland, California, and Seattle, actually, so kind of migrated here. Living in Brooklyn now for about 5 months. Just trying to do my thing, you know, make a little money, make a little progress in this world.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. What sort of hobbies or what kind of things you like to do when you're not working?
Well, I love sports, football, used to run track. I like, you know, anything outdoors. I like the outdoors. You know, used to do a lot of fishing and hunting when I was young. So anything that's fun. I just like to have fun. I like to laugh.
Cool. And a sense of humor. I'm really feeling this guy, but I'm going to go on and let him go. Well, tell us what your ideal first date would be like.
I like to keep it light, you know. I like food. I like to cook. So anything, you know, nice restaurant is good for me.
You cook?
I try. I try. And I just want to, you know, I like to keep it light, you know. Maybe
That's
go to a
good.
gaming center, go have a little fun.
He wants to keep it light there, Kat.
Yeah.
Have a little
Good thing,
fun.
huh?
Yes.
All right. You ready? You ready to go out on this blind date? All right. Now, we've been shooting dates, shuffling tape.
Would you be interested to see the cat? Okay, like when they were preparing this show, they had to come up with like a casting list of what they were looking for. I'd be very interested to see how they worded both what they were looking for in a person that was going on the date and then like the person from the other race that was brought in, like what was the casting language involved in both of those. I'd be really curious.
It's editing all through the night, and now it's time to find out how our interracial blind dates went. All right, Gabrielle is back. Now, you remember her and her friend Keisha, who had a very sensitive nose when it came to the smell of white people. Keisha had a big hygiene.
Yeah, from what I understand, OPC is running it, and it's going to be like just kind of like a panel verse, but also like maybe like a Lolcow News, and then like bigger name people like Ben and Grace, and hopefully Ruby and them would have like appearances on there, kind of like a melting pot, or like people who are recently spurned, or who have like drama going on, that kind of shit.
Issue, remember? Well, Gabrielle, how you think it went?
Well, I told the producers that in order for her to change her views, she should have someone that's outspoken, outgoing, someone that's fun. And I don't think it turned out that way.
Ah, you think he was a little too laid back for her?
I think he was not, I think he was stuck on himself, kind of arrogant,
Ah.
and it just made her views stay exactly the same. So
Well, he didn't smell.
she said he smelled like.
Yeah, they're down there. They had a police encounter a couple days ago, or I don't know. It seems like this road trip is just like it's another like time bending thing for me. It seems like it's gone on forever, but then it also seems like it's only been like a couple days. But they're down there, or they were there at some point. I don't know if they're still there.
A bottle of Issey all night.
Issey Miyake all night. All right, let's find out what really happened. Keisha, come on out. All right, Keisha. Now, before you tell us what happened, let's see your date for ourselves. Let's roll this tape and see how it went.
Oh
Okay?
boy! Wow, skate guard came right out there.
I don't want to skate no more.
Looks like it's going well.
What'd you say?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So what did the girl say we lost?
You gonna leave on Saturday?
What?
The busy man.
What was your reaction when I walked out?
Like, oh, look at him, he's cute. Just like a little gambler.
I have too much game.
I don't need play though.
You know what?
You can eat it any time of the day. Dinner's just another meal. I ain't pressed. I'm not an average looking guy. I have beautiful women want to take me out. Why am I
Oh,
going to pay
boy.
to take some other girl out? Crazy.
Wow.
People don't look like me.
You just all stuck on yourself.
There's not a lot of me's walking around.
You hear me? All stuck on yourself. All stuck on yourself.
If you don't bring a lot to the table, my point is that you settle. So therefore, if you don't look so well, you might have money to compensate it. Or you have a great personality, you might not look that well.
You're a mess. What is it? Is it the alcohol? What is it?
No, I'm just like full, like I ate. Like,
Now you're happy. Good, because you're starting to become a mean son of a gun.
Oh boy.
Ah.
Not good.
Whoa. Okay, maybe our selection process was a little off, but was he clean enough for you?
He was clean.
I would have walked out if I was on a date that was going that badly. I would have just got up and left.
Smell okay?
It's not good.
Did he appear to wash his hands?
Yeah, he did.
All right, so that's some progress then.
Yeah.
That means that all
she
white
said-
people aren't dirty,
Hey, it's
right?
me.
No, all white people are dirty. No.
Okay, that's some progress. Believe me, that's progress for her. That's progress. But what? I think we have a butt. I think we have a butt.
She told me they shared food, but she would not let him use her fork or she use his fork.
We don't know each other like that for him to
Oh, I
use
was
my
about
fork.
to say.
What I don't like about Kick is, and I don't know, is there like a Kick Premium or something? Like how YouTube has YouTube Premium where you can like, or is there like a, what's the name of that I'll have to start using that browser on mobile to let you like, where you can be playing something in the browser and then shut your phone off and like you can still hear the audio.
You can't
That's
be
like
mad at
sipping
that
out
though,
my cup, see,
Gabrielle.
but that's okay.
Would you ever go out with him again?
Yeah, I would have went out with him again. Actually, yeah, because I had told him I wanted to go to the movies, so.
So he didn't fulfill your date yet.
No, well, I'm okay, though.
Okay. All right, well, let's find out from Brendan how things went. Brendan, come on out. Hey, Brendan.
how you doing?
So how did it go?
I had a good time.
Did you?
Yeah.
You was tearing that BBQ.
I would have never believed that based on the date looked like it went terribly. Am I wrong?
Who's up, brother?
I was hungry. It was like 6 hours since I ate, so
Oh, man.
I was
That's
hungry.
good.
I was definitely hungry.
Oh, wow. I see. Anything else? Anything interesting happened while you guys were out other than...
What I realized on a date was actually, she didn't really have a stereotype.
Well, I made it over there. I mean, I signed up and everything. And then like the first time I typed in chat, I typed big, firm, round tits, and Mock Lavelle gifted me a sub. So that was kind of cool.
About white guys. I think it was her friend's friends.
I mean, I don't know if they're still doing it, but they were doing free TTS. I mean, that's pretty like unheard of, especially for somebody that's got like their level of like people would definitely pay to send in TTSs. So the fact they made them free, especially during like this like hot point like storyline wise for like a lot of the viewers is pretty cool.
She was dating like cornballs.
No,
and
I don't
basically
date
Keisha
cornballs.
did not want to be around that.
Keisha
So-
called you a cornball.
Keisha did not want to be around. There you go. Keisha did not want to be around that. So basically, that was the problem. The problem was she doesn't want to hang out with her friends.
Okay, all right. Anything else you want to tell us?
I had a good time. I noticed that his phone was ringing. That's just him, you know.
Yeah,
Didn't
you
really.
seemed a little busy, man, a little distracted.
No, I was gonna turn it off.
You don't
but
care for it?
This was a busy day. Wednesday.
I don't like it if there's like actual stuff going on, but just like while they're driving or whatever, I don't mind it too much.
This is my busy day.
Really?
A lot. You know, I told you I'm in Newark with the pro.
Surprisingly, people weren't really abusing it. It was kind of interesting.
I got school. My agent called me. You know how it is. It's busy.
You're not stuck on yourself, are you? It seems you did kind of talk about yourself a little bit. People don't
Those are
look
the
like
clips you used. Those
Huh?
are the clips you used.
So
the
you had
clips-
some other interesting things.
We had
to say
other
other than
interesting
that.
things. I mean, we had issues with other gentlemen at another table, and then that's when I started getting riled up. So she was like, "Are you fine?" I was like, "Yeah."
Ah, so you was thugging
Because
it a little bit at the date.
Not
I should go to protest this summer, but only take a sign that says EFD $306 and see if we can get like some kind of conspiracy going about with people that don't know what it is to like try to figure out what it means.
you know, on a degree, yeah. But I mean, we had a good time.
That's good. That's good. All right. So this is promising then. If you were to continue to meet nice guys like this guy, maybe,
Yeah,
you would date
possibly.
one even one day.
Possibly. I had to be the right one.
Do you see?
Oh, I didn't see that. It was mostly like pretty chill. I was just the only person sending really inappropriate things.
that? We have a change. We have a change. We have a change. All right. Well, coming up, we're gonna find out how 100% Greek Jimmy did on his date with
Jimmy.
Taisha, and we're also gonna see how Kat did on her interracial blind date. Stay with us. Be right back. Of our interracial blind date experiment. Welcome Chris back to the show, y'all.
I'll go to like every possible type of protest and just with only that sign. Look at this guy.
Hey, Chris. So, how do you think Jimmy's date with Taisha went?
Well, first of all, I can say I think you guys picked an excellent girl, very pretty girl.
First of all.
I think she's a very pretty girl, very nice. As far as Jimmy's standards on quote unquote black women, I
Ben Thorpe is stuck in this era, the 90s. Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty fun era.
think she's a very attractive girl. But Jimmy,
For Ben, it would be like he'd be free, childless. The world ahead, a world of lecturing people ahead of him.
is Jimmy. He's like yesterday I was saying he was a sheep. I changed my mind. I think he's Little Bo Peep leading the sheep. You know what I mean?
Oh, man.
He needs to break out and just do his thing. And I don't know. I need to take him home and just beat into his head 'cause it's the same thing. He's like, she's a nice girl, but can't do it. He's a sheep, He's just a sheep following the herd with the rest of these white people that don't know, that want to please everybody else.
Honestly, this is what Speakeasy would look like without his hair extensions and his like tattoo. It's like all of his like intricate facial hair.
By the way they dress, by the way they act, by the way they talk.
He's a sheep. All right, let's get that sheep on out here and get the herd moving. Jimmy, come on out.
Oh, look at him coming out with the wrestling pose.
He said, I got your sheep. All right, well, Jimmy, before we roll your clip, tell me what your reaction was to your date at first.
I had a good time. She was a really nice girl, but she just didn't do it for me.
Uh-huh. You think it's just this particular girl just wasn't for you?
No, I mean, I'm
Or
just
is
not
it
attracted
still a
to
black
black.
thing?
I'm just not attracted to black women. Never have.
Okay,
I mean,
all right. But you also had a hell of a lot of stereotypes about black women, too, before you went out on this date. But before we say any more, why don't we just have a look at how his date went?
I agree with you, Laughing Cedar, on the kick thing, but also, like, I'm not going to criticize them at all for doing what they're doing because like they're in a situation where unless, they're eccentric secret millionaires, like they have to, there's got to be gas in the tank and there's got to be Cheetos to eat. So like I don't blame them for going over there, but I do agree, and I think it's because YouTube is an entertainment app and Kick is a gaming like app. It's like Twitch. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, I think there are a lot of people who use YouTube for a lot of other stuff and streaming, whereas like Kick is pretty much only good for that particular thing.
Okay.
Although I did see that, I think Kick's TOS, as far as like watch-alongs and stuff, the company has to contact them directly for a takedown, and that like people who were watching movies or other stuff like that on there were saying that someone from Kick would come into the chat and like say, hey, this is something you need to like delete the VOD on, or like you need to like switch to something. You know what I mean? Like it didn't seem like they did a lot of like harsh takedowns.
Take a look. Do
you have rhythm?
I got a little bit for a white boy. I can shake it.
Okay, we'll find out.
We'll find out. We definitely will.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Everybody shifted this way. Now I want you to just bend your right knee, shift the weight of your body to your right leg, and get it that way. So now let's go back and forth to the left.
Can't date somebody with bad hygiene.
Place together. And left, right, left. His goal, right, is to get as close.
Well, you just start dating her, and then you kind of give her the Andy Kaufman, like, this is soap, this is shampoo, this is a toothbrush.
To you as possible. Your goal is to keep him as far away as possible.
So what do you want to do now? Want to take a carriage ride? I've never been on one of those.
Central Park?
Yeah.
That's cool.
All right. All right, off we go. What kind of people do you usually date?
Just, I'm the type of person where I'm more just trying to get to know you as a person first.
Dating-wise, like, I've kind of limited myself in, like, terms of, like, like, who I want to go out with. And I think mainly it's because of, like, again, like, the stereotypes.
What you've seen.
What, like, a lot of the people that I've interacted with.
It smells like Vader after Fall Brawl. Wow.
To be honest, I mean, you pretty much, like, how break down a lot of those stereotypes.
Yeah!
So,
Well, we had our date.
I had a good time. I don't know if she did. I don't know if my company was good.
His
But,
company was good. It was fun.
I had a good time. I did. I think we're...
Are you talking about like the advertisers and stuff on Kick will become a problem? The only reason I have really faith in Kick lasting with its kind of like, I don't know, its target audience is that it's like really Kick doesn't matter if it makes money, because it's like a advertising tool that for like a company that's probably never going to go out of business.
We're going to go get something to eat now.
Yeah, we're going to eat all that dancing.
Yeah, carriage ride's kind of cold. I got to get something to eat to warm me up.
We'll take it from here.
Thank you.
Thanks, Latifah.
Take care.
You're welcome. All right. So what did you think of her, though, as a person?
No, she was really, really nice. I liked her a lot. She had a good personality. Mm-hmm. We had a lot in common. She likes science fiction. I'm a big science fiction buff, Yeah. So
nerdy.
I had a good time, though. She was real cool. She wasn't loud. She wasn't, like, obnoxious. She wasn't, like, up in my face the whole time. Like, there was no attitude, and she was really pleasant to be around. I liked her.
So he thought she was going to be in his face with attitude all night?
Wow, she was fun.
Okay. All right, well, let's get Taissa out here and find out her thoughts on the date. Taissa, come on in!
Very trad
She just
apparel.
has the prettiest smile in the whole world. Man.
Thank you.
So, what'd you think?
We had fun. It was pretty much just like hanging out with a friend.
Yeah. Obviously, there was no chemistry for either one of you, but it was just kind of like, let's kick it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it'll be tougher. I was hoping with Kick, because they've got all that gambling money, it'll be enough to like sustain them through for a while anyway.
Just hang out, talk, and chat.
Yeah.
Taissa, you apparently did help break down some of his stereotypes.
Someone in
so
chat
at least you won't be
typing
looking at
novels.
us like,
Yeah.
That terrible way he thinks
Job
we
well
all are.
done.
And now we're up to Debbie and Kat. Now, Debbie was fixing up Kat, her son's ex-girlfriend, on an interracial blind date.
This one I don't understand. What would motivate her to call up the show and then bring her son's ex out here and introduce her to a new guy? Like, how does the son feel? I mean, I know like they're broken up, but that's just like a weird thing to do, I would think, as his mom.
How do you think they did, Debbie?
She had a good time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. She took his money.
She took his money on the first date?
She beat him at pool. He bet her and she won. So he was real competitive.
So she's good
She
then.
liked that, yeah.
Approve.
They were playing video games and all that stuff, and she said that she was womping on him, and he took it really good, and they joked around, had a good time.
All right, well, let's get her out here and have her talk about how she womped on him. All right, Kat, come on out. She womped on that boy.
You think this is fake? You think this individual here is like a good enough actress to do this?
Hey, Kat.
Hi.
So I guess you had a good time yesterday.
I had a really good time.
Did
It
you?
was really nice.
I will agree on that. Like pre-advertiser purge, YouTube was a much cooler place. People think Twitch is like strict now, but I think it was actually like much, much stricter like back when I was on there. Like you couldn't do politics, you couldn't do drama, you couldn't do just chatting. Like everything had to be like you playing a video game.
What did you think when you first saw Les walk out yesterday?
Wow. He was really good looking, really.
So let's take a look at you guys' date last night.
They would like ban you for like getting into it with people on Twitter too, which I thought was weird. Like if you got into it with other streamers on Twitter, sometimes if their like fans reported it or whatever, you could get in trouble.
It kind of shocked me when, they were kind of telling me a little bit about, like your perceptions or your views, towards, black men and I guess and black women a little bit.
It's mostly black women. It's not the black men. It's just, granted, like a handful of the ones that I've talked to have been really aggressive towards me. I think that's why I've been turned off by them. They told me that you was going to be good looking, so I was like, okay, I'm going to be a good looking guy. And
Did they lie?
huh?
Did they lie?
No.
Would you tell you if I used to say I used to be a complete thug?
I wouldn't be surprised.
You wouldn't be surprised?
I wouldn't be
No.
surprised.
Why is that? Just out of curiosity.
Because stuff like that doesn't surprise
Yeah.
me. It doesn't. Because people change. Like, you go to college and education and everything, I think that's like a total plus because I like to have a conversation with somebody. I can actually have a conversation back. Yeah.
It's always nice to find a place that has in my beer that I like, you know what I'm saying? So, and now I'm going to the gaming center where I can whoop your butt in some games real quick.
Oh, you're going to whip my butt, huh?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
We'll see what happens. You know what I'm saying?
I've been playing pool for a long time.
I'll even let her keep the money.
Wow, look at this
Let me
cool
keep the
pool.
money.
Oh my
I
god.
really don't want to take
Man, can you imagine banging a chick on that glow-in-the-dark pool table? Oh my god.
your money,
Well,
but...
it's all good. Well, I had fun. I had a good time.
Yeah, me too. I
So,
had a good
definitely
time.
wasn't what I expected. Like I
Me
said
neither.
before,
I
I
had a
thought I
good
might have to jack you up by the end of the night. but I had
Jack
a
me
good time,
up.
so.
No, I'm a nice
And
person.
I hope I changed your opinions and your perceptions a little bit.
Yeah.
Hanging out with me. All right. Take care.
Okay, thank
All
you.
right. Good night, Latifah.
Good night.
Good night, Latifah.
All right, Les, come on out. Welcome Les to the show, y'all. Hey, Les.
Hey, what's up?
So how'd it go? Looked like y'all had a good time.
Yeah, we had a good time. She's a real nice person. I think she's kind of was portrayed a little bit as a racist, and I don't think at all she's a racist. She was in a relationship with this man who
The semen would be easier to find.
betrayed her, and he betrayed her. He went to a black woman, and she kind of focused her energies and her bitterness towards black people versus, just kind of stepping
I have enough YouTube revenue to get a glowing pool table. I don't know about that.
back from the situation and realizing what was really going on. So I just think it was a little bitterness, that's all. She's a good person, good person.
All righty. So does that sound kind of accurate? Does that
Yeah,
sound kinda accurate?
basically.
Cool.
Yeah.
So what'd you think about Les?
I think he's
Well, I don't want to overpromise because I don't know 100% what the exact like improvements are going to be, but there are some technical improvements coming very soon to I'm hoping we can get into like at least like low level HD.
he's a great guy. I mean, really easy to talk to. We had a lot of fun last night. I mean, we kind of clicked. It was cool. I mean, we kind of like the same things to do, you know. He's competitive. I'm kind of on the competitive side.
I let her keep that $10.
Hey, look.
I let her keep it. She scratched on the last ball. I let her keep the money, really. But you know.
But everybody else was skating, having fun, laughing. They were like,
Yeah.
they were about it on that
I
pool.
don't like to lose, Latifah. I don't like.
Well, I don't really understand in the TOS, and I think we've talked about this a million times, but like you can have I guess it's because like if Warner Brothers wants you to like if they just want to monetize a video you put up of one of their movies, like if somebody puts up a VHS upload and they just claim it, maybe they don't take it down because they just collect the revenue on it or whatever. But it's just weird to me that they wouldn't extend that same courtesy to like a live streamer, like just claim the video, take the revenue, like, but let the you know like let the stream stay up.
To lose or nothing, so
That's good. That's good.
to winning.
And obviously you like to win too.
Yeah.
you play pool.
We play some video games and stuff, and he ain't gonna say that I was a
That sounds like it's rare footage, Laughing Cedar. I think the only maybe rarer footage though is the infamous Thorpe Black Subaru footage.
but on video games, but
She did school me a little bit on the video
took
game.
a little bit of a whomping.
I did. I admit it. You know, I admit it. It's all good though.
cool, yeah.
We had a good time. You know,
Would
we had a
you
good time.
go out with Les again?
definitely.
Would you go home and consider dating a black guy?
Yeah.
I'm also working on plans to get to a more populated area to do IRL where there's like more like walk through Wi-Fi, like a place that's got a lot of stores and stuff like that. So, but that's a little ways off.
Oh, wow. You got a comment from this one? Stand up, please.
I want to know if you guys have another date planned yet. There's not another date planned, but
Why is that guy wearing a full winter coat indoors after he's already been in here for like 35 minutes?
I
Which
live
I'm
in
sure
Brook-
is like hours of shooting for them.
when she lives in Oroville, California, it's 3,000 miles
Yeah, I
difference.
live way
Sasquatch
over on the
gangbang?
West Coast, so.
Glad you got a plane ticket for the movie then.
Do you agree
Do you think that last girl they just showed, do you think she's a nurse? I think she's a nurse.
with what he said, that your perception toward black people was because of black women, because you were in a relationship and a black woman stole your man or whatever?
Well, it's basically, I had a lot of anger. I had a lot of anger
I feel
towards
like she has a nurse
Anger makes you
face
do
and
funny
like
things,
nurse
you know?
breasts. I don't know how
It
to
does. I think
elaborate
a
any
lot of
further
people
than
can,
that.
a lot of us can be accused of saying the same things. You know what I mean? I
You know, a
think
lot of it is my son, too, because he rubs it in her face constantly. He will drive by her house with this girl in the car, sit out in front of the house. He'll come up and knock on the door and leave this girl in the car and let her sit out there and make hand gestures, mouth gestures, whatever she wants to Katrina. You know, so
why do you even deal with her son at
that's
this
what
point?
I told her.
I don't.
It's time to move on. She brought you all the way here to change your views, open you up, and help you to move on. So, I mean, I don't
She
know
deserves
what
better,
you're going to
you know?
find in Orville, but, you know, look around. Hey, maybe it's time to leave Orville. Spread out a little bit. Go-
Well, Queen Latifah, like, it was an okay show, but I feel like, I don't know, there was, like, very little of any kind of, like, there was a little bit of drama, I guess, but it was, like, this was way too chill for me.
I've only
go
been
to
there
a more
for a little
progressive
while,
town.
so I've only been there for a little while, and I do plan on moving as soon as possible.
All right, I would like to thank all my guests today. Thank you, wonderful audience, and see you next time on Queen Latifah.
Okay, hang on, I gotta rewind this one. I got the thumbnail from this one. This is not. This next one is 1995, by the way.
Abs and rock hard thighs all add up to the perfect woman. Find out how female bodybuilding is shaping outer beauty and inner strength for millions of women. Get the hard facts on how to firm your physique and conquer your fitness goals.
Man, speaking about looking up certain things, I was looking at certain things involving Bailey Brooks. I had never gone off of YouTube to look at her body of work, and wow, I was it was very eye-opening.
From the hardest bodies in the business. They've got secrets on diet, tips on form, and a workout fashion preview. Women bodybuilders crush stereotypes.
Stereotypical.
They are big, they are bad, they are beautiful, they are bodacious, bodybuilding babes. On the Geraldo Show today, to bare their bodies. They have the ultimate in fashion accessories for the 90s. Not a handbag, not heels, ladies. It's abs, arms, and legs, glamorous, they're sexy, and they are lighting up our stage
USA,
today.
yes, this would be a good USA moment. Good luck coming over here, Ruskies, and facing this kind of, opposition.
Meet Lena Murray. Lena, who has held the highest honor in female bodybuilding by winning the Ms. Olympia 5 times in a row. Lena has been called the shape of things to come. Now meet the beautiful Debbie Cluck. Debbie admits that she likes to be admired for her muscle. She's focused her career on winning fitness badges. Now welcome the impressive Kim Chizelski.
What an opening.
Kim is Ms. International Champion, and she's here to tell us that the gym is not only a place to work out, but a place to meet the man of your dreams. She found her husband bodybuilding at the...
I was just starting to get into that, Candy Warhol. I had seen some of, I like weird musical performers. So I'd been kind of keeping up, and then I saw that he got into a feud with like a podcast or something. And I remember when he did that, like, what was it? Some kind of like Loser City thing or something. And then the next thing I knew, there was like, I couldn't find hardly any of it.
The gym. Here is the striking Sharon Bruneau. Sharon is the North American bodybuilding champion. Her lean and shapely physique has long been considered one of the most attractive bodies in the sport of bodybuilding. She now has crossed over to compete in the world of fitness. Debbie Mugley. Debbie is here with us today. Before becoming the North American bodybuilding champion, she taught kindergarten. She did that for 8 years, and her students used to call her Muscles Mugley.
Muscles Mugley. Wow, what a name.
Sherry is Miss International Natural. You may remember her as Blaze, one of the original American gladiators.
Failed concert
One of
flop.
her body parts attracts more attention than others, and top bodybuilders admit nobody's got a booty like...
Very Boit. He's like extremely Boit, Corey Feldman, in my opinion. Oh, yeah, the Wolfpack? Yeah. Are you talking about the... Oh, no, wait a minute. I think we're talking about different Wolfpacks. I'm talking about the TikTok Wolfpack with the all the gingers, and they have like the alpha, and there was like familial relations alleged.
Like Sherry. The stunning cover girl of the book that we're featuring here today, the women's national bodybuilding champion, Nikki Fuller. Nikki's goal is to make beautiful muscles on women, the fashion statement of the 1990s. Ladies, welcome. Fantastic. Nice of you. Have a seat, okay? Lena, you are absolutely spectacular.
Oh, thank you,
It's really... Do you have a favorite feature on your own body?
Favorite feature? Shoulders.
Shoulders?
Big shoulders, yeah.
Oh, let's see. Stand up again. Let me see.
Shoulders.
Golly. Look at that. May I?
May I?
Oh. Do
Hey,
you
Joe.
intimidate your boyfriends ever?
No, well, he knows not to behave badly.
Oh, I bet. So
I
how long
bet.
have you been doing it?
Wow.
I've been weight training for about 10 years and involved in physical fitness for about 20 years.
Does it bother you that it's...
I don't feel bad for people like Corey Feldman who really perform at a like enthusiastically and are getting opportunities and are performing in front of crowds, because even if we make fun of them like in the moment, like he's getting his dream. His dream is to be on stage in front of people playing music. I don't think he really cares. You know, I mean, I'm sure he has reactions, but I think deep down he just wants to be on stage. Like, so I don't really feel bad for in that case, because I feel like that's what he like. As long as he gets to do his little thing, like I don't think he really, you know what I mean? I don't think he feels embarrassed about it. I think he thinks other people just don't have good enough taste to appreciate him, which again plays into why the whole thing is so entertaining.
A counter to the traditional image of the soft and cuddly female?
No, it doesn't. Actually, that's the reason I got involved in it, because I wanted to be different and unique. And when I first watched the first female bodybuilder, and I just thought, God, she's not only, you know, strong physically, but she's strong mentally, and I just wanted a piece of that.
I've heard you called
Mortal
the Michael
Kombat
Jordan
shit.
of female bodybuilding.
Yeah, I think so. 5 times Miss Olympia, and
Miss Olympia
Taylor
is like
Swift in the
the
crowd.
Oscar of female bodybuilding. Now, Debbie, you hail from Florida, where people are always wearing
Daytona
eensy
Beach.
beensy, teeny weeny, in your case,
That's right.
stars and striped bikinis.
right.
Now, could you stand again? That is.
Oh wow,
You know,
Geraldo.
usually, wow. Now, strike a muscly thing. Like, isn't that something? It seems to me. Now, I don't know. I'm not a biologist or a doctor, but all that stress on the female body, is it the same as men? I mean, does it complicate things? And please forgive me for being personal, but this, you know, we want to. It's up close and personal here. I mean, does it affect like your feminine rotation? You know?
Feminine
I feel
rotation?
more feminine training with weights. I feel more shapely training with weights, and I feel more self-confident and in control with weight
In
training.
control of what?
In control of my body, in control of my life. It gives you directions, you can set goals, you achieve goals, and then you feel better about yourself.
What?
Do you have a husband or a boyfriend?
I have a boyfriend. He weight trains also. He just won
Geraldo's
Mr.
like,
America
listen,
last
thanks for
year,
coming down.
Congratulations.
and he's very supportive.
Is it dieting all the time? Is that really very necessary?
For me, it's dieting all the time. I began weight training because I was overweight. I weighed 168 pounds. And I had read a magazine, Muscle and Fitness magazine, and they did an article on a competitive bodybuilder who also was overweight. And it showed her progress as she dieted down for a competition. And I never thought at 168 pounds that I should be weight training, and
Yeah, the fact that they showed the picture, and then that the picture, like, after you get over the initial shock, I guess, of, like, the picture seeing, I didn't expect it on Geraldo, but then, like, the actual nature of the picture itself is also highly disturbing.
I was kind of lost for what I should do. And when I saw these
He is totally gooning right now.
photos in this article, I knew the gym was for me. So when I went in there, it was like my place to be, and I've been there ever since.
And what do you weigh now?
I weigh 130.
130. Well, you don't have an ounce of fat on you anywhere.
Could you stand
And
up
look at
again,
Kim. Look at
please?
Kim's triceps. That's that back muscle on the arm. That is unbelievable. I mean, your arms are definitely bigger than mine. I mean,
Uh-oh. Come on,
I feel like a
Geraldo.
little- let me see. Okay, let's strike a pose. Now look at this body.
Look at this body.
Okay. I mean, can I? I just like a fringe benefit. I know you got a husband who's a monster, but
What? This is so bizarre.
my God! I mean, what happens when you do close dancing? That is wild. And so is that your best feature?
What happens when you do close dancing?
Actually, my legs.
Your legs. Oh, let's
My
see them
legs are
again.
even better
Yeah. Look at that.
than the arms.
All right, let me ask. Oh, stay there. I want to ask one of the
Oh,
ladies.
my
now.
Lord,
Do you
Geraldo.
think that's feminine? Would you like to have legs like that?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Oh, please don't expand. Do you think it is? I mean, how do you feel about it? Feminine bodybuilding.
Oh, I think they look great. I'm going to go home and never look in the mirror again.
Oh, no, don't say that. And what a tan. Where did that come from?
And bottle.
Oh, okay.
Free
Now,
feel
Sharon,
ups.
which way do you go?
He's like, hey, call this a fringe benefit, pal. I know your husband's a monster, but...
I'm kind of in between right now. I was competing in bodybuilding, and unfortunately I don't have the genetics as Kim and Linda do. I'm too narrow. I can't build a thickness from chest to back as they were able to do. So now I'm thinking of going to fitness, where it's more of a sleeker look.
Well, I notice you're still pretty full up top, so it
Still pretty full.
didn't
but
wear
from
you down.
This point
Pretty
to this point,
full
I could never
up
get
top?
the thickness needed for higher scores.
Could you strike a pose?
Could you pose for us, please?
So good. And do you have a favorite body part?
It had to have been legs. I've always had a big leg fetish. I've always had skinny legs when I was a kid growing up, and I always wanted big, muscular legs. So that was the one thing that always kept me busy in the gym was my legs.
What I was very clumsily trying to ask Debbie before was, doesn't it affect like the female cycle, the monthly cycle?
It does, but in all sports it does. When your diet is so extreme as ours has been, or has to be, the same as gymnasts, dancers, long-distance runners, your fat tissue is going to be very, very low. And when this happens, it slows everything down, or even sometimes stops the menstrual cycle for a period. But it does come back once you pick up the diet again. And the same with the breast topic.
Now, I heard lots of bodybuilders not doing breast implants now.
What, as far as to enhance their bodies, yeah. You know, there are a few on the circuit that do, yes.
What a wonderful chest you have. Excuse me for saying so. Could you...
Wow, Geraldo. Bro, what a wonderful chest you have.
Stand up again. Turn around for us and show us that back. That is magnificent.
Oh my God.
May I have the stand?
Well, you have a gym, we know.
I do.
We know.
Oh my God, what is going on this episode, bro?
Ooh, so slithery.
I swear, anytime I see something, I think, okay, this looks interesting, and whatever reason I thought it might be interesting for, it ends up being interesting in some like completely unrelated way.
Remember that show, American Gladiators?
He's like, oh, remember that show, American Gladiators?
Sherry Pendleton. That, you know, I didn't watch it very often, but it is an amazingly arduous program in terms of physical fitness. So are you more in the fitness side than the bodybuilding side?
Yeah, actually, see, my background stems from track and field, a professional athlete, you know, and started in high school, progressed. I received a track scholarship to the University of Nebraska, where at that time they had the largest strength complex in the country, you know, and I used to train in there with the football players and all that. So basically I power lift, so to speak, and, you know, the agility that I have from the track and field, I was a 100-meter hurdler, actually came together, and that's how I got the American Gladiators.
Is it true that you have the best butt in the country?
Yes, and Geraldo, I hear you have a great pair of glutes.
I'll show mine if you show yours.
Wow.
I tell you what, this is a great cliffhanger, Mike. This is exactly... Sherry and I are going to show our butts. Big, bad, beautiful, bodacious bodybuilding babes. They are the focus of this edition.
I'm mind blown by this.
All this and a surprise guest also. So
yes. I love American Gladiators. I wish we could watch it, but they have an official account, so I'm sure it's in the content ID. But I think we can watch... it's not called British Gladiators, but it's like a UK version of American Gladiators, it looks like, anyway.
Miss Olympia again, Linda Murray.
Here's Linda winning the most recent Miss Olympia contest held in Atlanta, Georgia in last September. Look how fabulous she is.
A happy face.
As a personal trainer here in New York, I started bodybuilding years ago
Hi.
with an inspiration of Linda
if I
Murray.
could interject
And I
for a
think that
moment.
they're all very feminine in their own way. And not
Sit
every
down.
woman is going to work out and look like that. It takes a lot of hard work, and it's really hard. I give you all a lot of praise. And you look great.
Thank you.
do.
Thanks.
Sherry, what's
Yeah, I remember the documentary. He was claiming that like he couldn't even go outdoors because like I don't think he called them the Star Whackers, but it was essentially the same concept that Randy Quaid had, where like the Illuminati were after him.
What's your diet like? What's a typical?
You know what, Geraldo? I don't have a really...
But they never showed up like at when he would do a guest appearance on a TV show, or when he was like, it was widely known he had like a role on like a direct-to-DVD movie shoot or something. They never showed up where they knew he was going to be at. They really slipped up on that one.
A specific diet. I basically eat whatever I want. It's because of my lifestyle that I train every day consistently. You know, it's all about discipline, so I can eat whatever I want.
Are you ready to stand up and show it off?
You know, Geraldo, this is the pose that I was banned for. When I
No, we've never seen Geraldo goon, but they did. He did have a weird obsession with asking all those husbands whether or not they knew how to iron a shirt on the Lazy Husbands episode. He was really fixated on that.
used to compete.
He made them all get up and like even like fold a shirt.
I used to compete. It was just a basic hamstring shot where you'd bend over, you know, and show your hamstrings, but it was a glute shot.
Wait, the Wolfpack were the Star Whackers?
It's your turn now.
It's my turn. Oh, here, can you get this, Klaus? Bend here.
What in the absolute hell is going on in this episode? He's just bending over to show the Geraldo brown eye randomly.
Yes, sir.
Do most of you plan to continue building your bodies the rest of your life, or is there a point of diminishing returns?
Nikki, you can't be any more
I'm
grand,
going to build
can you?
until I'm 74 or older. I mean, I'm not going to stop.
Yeah, I think it's really
Let
healthy.
me die in the gym.
She looks best naked.
When you body build all this time,
Oh my Lord.
and if you stop, all that muscle will turn to flab.
So untrue. That's so commonly heard. Muscle and fat are two totally different things, and that's right. It's all in the diet.
Look at Nikki.
All in the diet.
Stand for us. Look at this body.
Look at
Is
this
that
body.
Incredible. I mean, well, stay up, don't. That suit, though, it's so full. So much
Wow,
material.
Gooner camera guy.
Is that another bottle tan? That's fabulous, though.
Thank you.
What's your
Yes.
favorite body part?
My body part is chest. I'll demonstrate
Chest?
it later on how to build a chest for the ladies in the audience. The men in the audience who want to know how to fill their chest out.
Now, you're the cover of The Woman, Photographs of the Top Female Bodybuilders. That's the book we're featuring today. And what a suit that is on the front page of that.
Thank you, I made it.
What a suit that is.
Really? Wow,
A
that's...
couple of hammers and nails.
Can you imagine Geraldo watching Vegan Patriot? He'd be like, now we can, hold on a second, chat's allowed to choose which bikini she puts on?
Home and
He'd be like Raven, sending in all kinds of donos to VP.
Bill Dobbins, the man who took those beautiful pictures, is here.
Hey, Glocks and Grippers.
So
Hey,
you
Michael
wrote
J.
the text
Fox.
and you took
Wow.
pictures?
Yes, I did, both.
Wow. And what attracted you to the ladies?
I was in the right place at the right time. I was photographing male bodybuilders when the women came along. And this is the first time in
Take a
all
look.
of history, all of civilization, there have been women who looked like that. It was a terrific opportunity for
Ever
a
heard of the
photographer to have a
Amazons,
brand new
bitch?
subject and to have these lovely ladies to work with.
Yeah, Lee. But tell me men aren't intimidated by those arms, though.
They like to arm wrestle, but I don't really.
This guy has no appreciation for the Viking women, for the Amazons.
I don't really get involved in arm wrestling competitions because it might tear my tendons and ruin me for the.
No, I was wondering that. I talked about it earlier when I was recapping VP. I did not know they were connected at all. And Sunset City 13 was in the original Boyd talent show where we found Tony Yoman and the guy that hadn't had sex in 30 years.
The workouts that I need for my bodybuilding.
Now, wasn't it, or isn't it a fact that there was a time this was considered very unfair?
We're going to get the OPC Don interview with the Prancess before we get the Corey Feldman documentary.
Feminine and uncool, and now it's kind of being I see it on ESPN on TV now.
To be honest, when it first came along, there was a group of us who were bodybuilding fans and realized there's one sport of bodybuilding And men and women do it just as there's one sport of tennis.
The photographer kind of looks like he could be a good job guy in Memphis.
Men and women do it. And nowadays one sport of boxing and men and women do it. And so we took these women just as athletes right from the beginning. But there were a lot of people who
Look at
took a lot
Geraldo.
longer to catch on that
Jeez,
these
dude.
were elite athletes and that they were beautiful to boot.
One of the pioneers in bodybuilding is a fellow I met many years ago. By way of introduction, let me show you a clip from my original national network program called Good Night America. And here's where I met our surprise.
Oh, by the way, we could totally watch that sometime if you've never seen Good Night America. It's actually pretty entertaining.
Guest, a legend in his own time. Let's roll that.
Ladies and gentlemen, a former skinny little kid from Brooklyn, please welcome Louis Ferrigno.
1977.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 1995 version.
So this is 1995. So Geraldo at this point, at a bare minimum, has been in the business for 18 years in 1995.
Louis Ferrigno, the Incredible Hulk. Great to see you. Man. Great to see you. Take the
Come on, he wants everybody to get naked. Oh my gosh. Have you guys ever seen the Lou Ferrigno movies where he plays Hercules? If you haven't, you have got to see them. They're Canon Films movies. They are so outrageous. And there's great stories about how there was like a big clash between Lou Ferrigno, who wanted like a family-friendly movie, and the director, who wanted like Hercules to be fucking women in the movie.
Don't put it back on. Hey, great to see you. So I heard you're all married now and everything?
Yeah, everything's fine. Before we go on, as long as I'm on the show, I promise no one will break your nose.
Oh, good. Thank you very much.
You got it.
I'll find the name of it for you guys too, but he was in a movie that's one of the like most sadistically violent movies I've ever seen. And I thought I did a review of it that was positive, and positive reviews for it were so rare that like the director contacted me and sent me the rest of his movies, but I can't remember what the name of it is, but it is so dark, and he's been like anti being in violent movies and stuff for most of his career, but he must have completely wiped that out because this movie was like ridiculous.
Get a freeze frame of the shot. Do they have when Arnold and Louis picked me up in the chair? Show that.
Equal opportunity gooner.
How do you like that hairdo I had in those days? So you're married and everything. How's life? What are you doing?
Life is great. I have 3 kids. I
The
just
Incredible
got back.
Hulk, you know, all those things he's done.
Just got back from Buenos Aires, Mar del Plata, and Bogota, Colombia.
You were doing a show down there? Or?
Pan America Games. And I met the president of Uruguay.
Lil, the white hair there.
I know.
Ah.
Yeah, but it's like fine wine.
That's
you know?
it. That's it. So here, have a seat. You tell me what you think of the ladies.
I think they're great. I think it'll come down to everybody has a personal preference. When you have female competition, it's judged on muscle. See, for years, the IFBB, International Federation of Bodybuilders, there's always been a situation women are too muscular,
Okay,
they're
here
too
we go.
lean, and it's hard to judge it.
The movie is from 2017 and it's called Instant Death. I called it a blood-soaked, brutal parade of violence. It has strip club scenes where the dancers are fully clothed, apparently. I gave that negative remarks. Yeah, but it's like a really violent movie.
Competition. That's why now you have the Miss Fitness show and the female competition. And the female have to be as muscular, defined, and symmetrical as they can be to win the competition.
Hold on. Is Geraldo bricked up? What's going on here?
Does this have any application at all to regular civilian women who just want to be fit?
Oh, yes, definitely. Women are learning how important weight training is. And at one time, we thought that just doing aerobics all day long is what you need to do to achieve the ultimate physique. But you have to do a combination of weight training and aerobic activity and watch that diet.
And is there an age limit? I mean, do you have to stop at some point?
No.
No. You know what happens? At the age of 35, the muscle begin to atrophy. That's when women in general panic. They say, uh-oh, I'm having fat under my arm. I need to get to the gym. So weight training and fitness training reverses the process.
Okay, now I want you to guess something. Here, take a look at this lady. Yes, she is, Ellen.
Wow, Geraldo.
Now do something. Guess her age. Guess.
51.
Ellen, how old are you?
I'm going to be 50 in June.
I almost had it.
What's your,
Look at him. He's
what's
excited.
your personal fitness goal?
To always be able to wear a bikini and look good.
Okay, great. Have a seat.
Okay.
Okay, I'll be right back. Big, bad, beautiful, and bodacious bodybuilding days. Our focus. We'll be right back. The bodybuilding fitness gyms of the 90s really have become the pickup places. Serious athletes don't like to talk about that aspect, but really it is a very, very social environment. Now our bodybuilding women, our bodacious bods, are clothed in some of the hottest new workout fashions. So let's bring them out, starting with Nikki. Come on out, ladies. Here's Nikki. Look at that sensational outfit. Shari behind her. Come on. Take your time, ladies. Take your time. Here's Debbie Mugli. Okay, Debbie. Oh, look what Sharon's wearing.
Interesting.
That's sensational. And Kim? Yes, Kim. Whoa, very nice. Debbie? Oh, Debbie, I like that. That's great. And of course, we have Linda. Stand up again, girlfriend. You could go dancing in that outfit. Oh, that is major high. Whoa. Golly. I like
Kelly
that. I like
Kapowski.
Now, are they really pickup places, the bodybuilding gyms?
Oh, well, we're serious when we're in the gym, but believe me, when we're in the locker room, we talk about a lot of interesting things. We do, yeah.
You're at too. I mean, you can find small little old gyms that are very hardcore and serious training, but most of the gyms nowadays are more of a social area. There are a lot of people that are serious when they go to the train, or it's almost like going to a bar in the daytime. So many people mingle, socialize. It's the place to
You spend so much time in the gym. That's where a lot of my friends are, and you get to know the people. You know, that's who you go to dinner with after you train. Oh, let's.
I don't know if it's because like she's worked her upper body a lot more than her legs, but it's a weird visual for me.
Go eat. So you get to know people. That's how I met my fiance.
Well, actually, I'm quite boring. You know, I just go and train and leave.
Somehow I don't think that's all there is to you, girl.
Wow. I doubt that's all there is to you, girl.
What is
This
that?
is my new clothing line. Yeah, this is a specialty item, and I'll also have cotton lycra as well.
The Bruno line.
This is the Bruno.
Does your body breathe?
It does.
Can I touch
Just a
Lou's
yoga
bicep?
studio.
You want to go touch Lou's bicep? Lou, can she touch your bicep? All right. Okay.
Wow. Mr. Ferrigno, may an audience member touch you? That would be Laughing Cedar would have to run down there.
Competition was just for
What's
the
up, Cody
recognition,
Turbo?
or was there money to be made?
Okay. Nikki, do you make any money competing? Do you have a cash prize, and is it like the guys?
The cash purses are kind of small for women, actually.
Vainglorious.
The prize money is not where it should be for the women.
What a
But
great
that's
word.
just one small part of what we earn all year. We have guest posings, and we do seminars. We speak at high schools and at the malls. We earn money different ways all year round.
As a personal trainer, I can admire and respect the amount of work that these women have done. But I'm curious, is there a point where...
He's like, now I myself dabble in bodybuilding. He's like got his workout clothes on at the thing.
where the amount of muscular development a woman has starts to compromise her feminine qualities? And if there is that point, what characteristics does she begin to show when she is going too far and become more masculine than feminine.
Look at Geraldo, like he's like still breathing heavily. You can tell he can't wait to get this show over with.
I think we all hold our own. If you take a general lineup of women, not everyone's going to
Montel.
appear feminine or feel feminine. It really depends on how far you want to take it. You pretty much feel comfortable at a level that you've reached. That's why Debbie's competing fitness and Linda. And yeah, you really know how to carry it.
Good, Lou. Bodybuilding and female bodybuilding is a very subjective sport. When you're competing in a contest for
This Michael J. Fox guy is great.
muscles, you want to be as maximum you can with the symmetry. It's not like basketball with the ball goes in the basket. We can't dispute it.
I was gonna say he looks like a guy from '90s porn, but this is the '90s.
2 points. So it's a matter of opinion.
But is there a point where you go too far?
I don't think so because I think
Is
as a
there a point
female
where you go too far here?
as a female competitor, I think they have a right.
Never.
Well, it's a personal preference.
All right, let me take a break. We'll be right back. Bodacious Bob.
Bodacious
Big,
Bob.
bad, beautiful, bodacious bodybuilding babes out there.
Geraldo's gonna be gooning like there's no tomorrow after this one for sure.
Dr. Ann-Louise Allen is a personal nutritionist to some of the top athletes around the world, and she's here to shed some
Awkward.
light on going too far, on some of the dangers that perhaps some of the professionals are reluctant, at least in some degree, to talk about. Okay, Dr. Allen, what about steroids? Are the ladies into what
Steroids.
the men fell prey to?
Absolutely, under more pressure, because men have always been looked upon as muscular animals, large grazing animals in a tribe. And women have been taught to look feminine and petite, and only recently has it been acceptable that they have the muscularity of a male. And that has put tremendous pressure on these women and all women in bodybuilding and powerlifting to be similar to the men in terms of muscle ratios to body fat.
Yeah.
Well, also, like I've been a gymnast since 5 years old. It's just all my life I've been an athlete. So when I was 10 years old, I was more muscular than my average peers. I mean, they called me frog legs in high school and stuff because my legs I had this sweep on my thighs from being a sprinter. So I've always been more muscular than just a normal person.
But what about steroids?
Well, it's an issue.
It's '95. When was the World Bodybuilding Federation? Luger was there. I don't know. I'm not good at stuff like that.
That we get all the time, and actually, that's a male hormone. So when
We're
women,
always tested. We're tested
Yeah.
so often that if we never really know when we're going to fly into Chicago and take the urine test that they make us take, at a moment's notice.
Well,
We're
the whole
given the
point
letter
about
in the
steroids is
Conception. I have a great analogy. First of all, I would say drugs don't make champions. You take Carl Lewis, for example. He could train 20 or 30
Carl
years.
Lewis.
Yes. He can't look like me or them. But if I train 20 or 30 years, I can't beat Carl Lewis in a race. It all has to come through genetics. These women are genetically gifted.
Is the bottom line too much pressure on women to be like men? And
He would. He'd answer that. You could ask him how he feels about like bodybuilding women.
bodybuilding?
I think, yeah, I believe that. But
we don't try to look like men. That's not what we're trying to do.
no, I'm talking about that the increase in acceptable muscle on a woman is now higher than it was 5-10 years ago. And of course, steroids is a problem. But you have to realize, wait a minute.
Who did they poll for that? Like, I don't get it. How could you get any kind of usable information on what it's acceptable for people to look like? Like what?
Wait, please let me finish. Please let me finish about the steroids.
Okay.
But
Oh,
the
boy.
point about steroids is, and we've done the research, is that these women look like that from hard work. When you use steroids, you only get 10 to 15% more muscle increase. That's it. People think, oh, you grow to be a huge muscle mass by just injecting yourself with steroids. That's not true. Only 10 to 15%. These women are like that because they've worked their off to look like that.
Okay. Good. Okay.
Thanks, Hillary.
Okay, Bill.
That's exactly true. One of the problems with the constant media attention to steroids is that young athletes, young kids, are given the impression that they're more effective than they really are.
Listen, Geraldo, we got to get back to the future.
Believe me, what they're talking
Some Nazi throws a chair at you.
about genetics is simply having the right body type, but it's plus hard work. Anybody who thinks you can get a championship performance or physique out of taking a pill is just doomed to disappointment. It just doesn't work. that way.
All right, let me talk specifically to Kim, to Debbie, and Nikki, because you have the
Let's
bigger
specifically talk to
tops.
them.
Are you under pressure to be bigger and bigger every year?
Every year, no. Actually, I'm at the size where I want to be right now. I don't want to get any bigger. So, in fact, I have to back off on my training. I can't train as heavy as I want to for fear of getting too
Interesting.
big. So, I mean, I'm at the level now. I mean, if you ask us what my daily
Michael.
activity is, it's all bodybuilding. You know, it's like I get so many hours of sleep at night. It's very important.
Man,
you know,
some of
I'm
these
very
photos
regimented,
are
and I'm
pretty
sure that they are
scandalous
also
for
as far as
showing
their
on
eating and their
daytime
sleeping
TV.
and their training. You know, we've been doing that for so long. And it's after a while, you know, you get to a point of where you get the size where we are now. You know, we don't need to get any bigger as far as the judging
Kim,
standards.
is it big, too big?
I mean,
long as the
for me,
symmetry.
I mean, I'm to the point, I don't want to put on any more size at all. And like what Chad and I have been
Danzig
doing for the
coated.
past couple of years is working on refining me so that I'm sleeker. And my point is if you know, like the judging or the way things go, want me to continue to get bigger, you know, I'll always be a bodybuilder because I love the lifestyle, but I would rather quit than keep getting bigger because then I would feel I would be pushing the envelope on that subject.
Nikki?
True.
I feel I can get much bigger, but I'm not sure how far that's going to be. My
Could
body
you stand
hasn't
as you say that? Let's see
completely
that.
filled out. I just started training
you
when I
stand
turned
up,
pro.
please?
I was only into training for 2 years, and so I know that with all my competitions, it's taken toll on my training. My total training time has been reduced. So if I were to
And yes, I understand that it may appear to be a conflict of interest that I ask all the streamers I watch if we can get a fit check, but there's no power imbalance there. Geraldo's in charge of the show. He's supposed to be a vision of professionalism. When I ask for a fit check, I'm just a viewer.
grow, I think I'm going to reach my peak in 5 years, which doesn't necessarily mean size, but it will mean a lot more definition as Kim has in her legs
Can you stand when you say it?
and more overall sharpness in my muscularity.
And Dr. Allen, do you think that she's surrendered something, Nikki? Or she will be as she grows?
That's called Gooner cope.
Surrendered what, in terms of?
I don't know, femininity or...
Oh, no,
or
I think she looks incredible. And really the point is that we're not talking about getting more and more muscle mass. Now the onus
He is treating it like one long gooning session. If this were ancient Rome, it would have been acceptable. You could have openly gooned.
is on having the perfect body, which means holding ridiculously low levels of body fat that the human body doesn't like to do.
Is there an analogy to anorexia?
Absolutely. And a lot of the clients we have to treat them as if they're anorexic because women who go into bodybuilding look in the mirror and they
I'm just defending the fit checks.
constantly say, God, I look awful. I don't look good. How can I look better? No matter how I work with Miss Galaxy. And she's always turning to me in a bikini and saying, oh my God, don't I look horrible? What
And burying Geraldo.
can I do to look better? I'm fat. She has 2% body fat, but she thinks she's fat. So it's very similar to anorexia in that they don't think they look good unless they're perfect.
Linda, do you deprive yourself?
Yes,
Do you deprive yourself?
I'm having a hard time looking at you with that outfit.
Yes,
there. That's, it is. Stands up at a moment's notice.
Oh my God. Oh wait. Did he, when he first walked up, it looked like he was trying to like interview her vagina.
But I want to see what you have beneath the...
Not much. All right, let me take a break. We'll be right back.
Not what do you have under there, Geraldo? Not much.
Big, bad, beautiful, audacious bodybuilding babes out there.
Wow.
Unbelievable sculpted bodies on these female bodybuilders. Our old friend Lou has a book, Lou Ferrigno's Guide to Personal Power, Bodybuilding, and Fitness for Everyone. He's got this new book out. And I just want to remind you again of the book that we're featuring.
I'm going to pause that so that Laughing Cedar can order a copy of it. Don't forget you're looking for extension 1.
Today. This is Bill Dobbins' book, The Women. Some of the ladies on our stage are featured in this book. fantastic. That, of course, is Nikki on
Whoa, your PE teacher wanted you to become her bodybuilding protege? Definitely dodged a bullet there.
On the cover. What we're going to do now is the ladies are going to demonstrate one of their favorite exercises for a specific body part. We're going to start with Linda. Linda?
Yes. Well, my favorite body part is shoulders, and I think what's greatest is side laterals.
Herald's going to be like, now, I don't know a lot about bodybuilding, but we'll be doing any Kegel exercises?
Wow.
Okay. And what's great is you know how we have those shoulder pads? You can just rip those things right out. No, no need for shoulder
real-life
pads.
shoulder pads?
Yes.
Yeah. How much weight is that?
15
15.
pounds.
Oh, that's...
Big shoulders when she
Really?
steps on stage. Yes. Her shoulders.
I do that same exercise with Ken. Debbie?
Demonstrate an exercise for back. Now, to work your back, it's very important because it gives you that nice V taper and makes your waist look very small. So a little help from my friend Linda.
Okay, here.
I'll use her
Linda. I'll be
as a stool. You're just gonna. Do we have a little bit bigger weight?
Yeah, I think you
Thanks.
need a bigger weight.
I might be in
Strong
fitness,
woman.
but I can still lift a little bit. Okay. I'm just gonna reach down and
Oh,
pull
my.
up.
She looks better than the exercise.
Careful, Lou, careful. Look at those high heel sneakers she's wearing. Get a shot of those. Those are incredible.
This is my favorite exercise.
And so that's
Actually,
working
this
the
is how I
back
met
of your
my
arm.
boyfriend in the gym.
Wow. I don't...
Very
I'm not
nice.
surprised.
Very nice. Tim?
Man, the people further down the panel could have been looking right down the bullseye on that one.
Legs are my favorite body part, and a good thing for women, either beginners or intermediate, you can always do lunges, and you can do these variation in different ways, and they're good for the quads, the hamstrings, and the
Starting a
glutes.
lawnmower?
So how many times would a civilian do that? How many
Civilian?
repetitions?
Usually what I do them is like walking lunges, and you wouldn't do them with weights just starting out. You would just like walk. I usually pick a point like in an aerobics room or something and walk down and back.
Sharon?
Well, I was actually going to demonstrate the walking lunges, unfortunately, but I'll show you what it looks like. This is my favorite because you can do this at home or in the gym. It ties in the glutes to the hamstrings, and it works the quads.
Okay.
Nice overall workout for the legs. And it keeps everything tight back there.
Now you've done it the next day after you've done it.
That's right.
She looks like she would be like a premium skin in that game, The First Descendant.
Debbie?
All right, I'm going to show them how to work triceps. You know, like when you go to the cafeteria and the ladies' arms are all cafeteria arms. So these are called dumbbell kickbacks, and you keep your elbow right up there by your side, and you just kick straight back. And you hold it for a pause. You know, after a while, you can really feel it.
So the difference between Debbie's exercise, Debbie, you were picking up the
She was
whole...
rowing, doing like a row
Like a
for her
row.
back. You know, like you're starting a lawnmower. For
Right.
this one, you
Oh,
keep your
there
elbow
you
really
go.
high, and you just kick it back.
For this, you only need a really
And then you-
lightweight, too.
Yeah, then you
don't need a
switch,
heavy
you know,
weight.
sides, of course. Or you can do them at the same time.
Look
You
at
don't
those
have to-
muscles on these
Next.
women. Unbelievable. The lovely Sherry?
Okay, actually, my favorite workout exercise is the squats, but since you guys don't have a squat machine, I'll do the opposing muscle groups to the triceps, which is a bicep. So it's the isolation curl where you just actually, just like that. Can you see?
You got great hair, too.
You know, and this is probably the most
Great hair,
intimidating
too.
body part on a woman. When people see you, everybody loves my legs and stuff, and they're like, God, how do you get your legs so tight and so strong? So I talk about lunges, but then when you talk about biceps, it's like women don't want biceps, but it's important to have strong arms.
Yeah,
you know?
it balances everything out.
Wow.
Got out of a police ticket
What a
from,
weirdo.
the cop calling me over. I was driving a little bit too fast, and he says, "Aren't you Nikki Fuller?" And he goes, "May I touch your bicep?" And I didn't get a speeding ticket.
Can we get the name and badge number of that criminal?
I'm going to show you chest. We don't have the equipment here to do it, but I'll show you the form anyways, because I think a lot of people want to know how to build their chest up so it doesn't slope downward
You
into
think we should review this episode again?
like
Just
into their stomach.
Just restart it as soon as it ends.
No one wants to look like they have pancakes on their chest.
Wow.
So anyways, I'm just going to show you the
man,
form.
These
If you were to
girls are
lean
mean.
back in a chair, your elbows would come back. You lift your rib cage up, and you squeeze your dumbbells together. And that's what makes it work really well. If you pull your shoulders forward like this, all you're doing is working front delt. So what you want to do is lift and squeeze, but keep your chest lifted the whole time you're
Lift
working.
and squeeze.
God, these
That's
girls
what builds the inside, the cleavage muscles right through here.
Oh,
I actually
they're
didn't have
actually
much
cleavage
chest when I
muscles.
started, but I built my chest up. I built it as hard as I could because I didn't want to have a flat chest all my life.
And that exercise builds the cleavage muscle.
Right, it does.
The
Along with some
cleavage
other
muscles.
the things that you can do in the gym. It's actually
Oh
not
my
really good
God,
to work
he's
out at home.
beaming.
It's so much better to work out in a gym where you have a variety of exercise equipment.
Oh, very lovely. Let me take a break. We'll be right back. Bodacious, bodybuilding, behave.
Oh, there's that guy, Pirate Software, that guy that's been getting into all kinds of drama lately.
We're about to bring the fantastically beautiful and muscular and bodacious ladies out
Bodacious.
in elegant evening gowns. Before I
Oh,
do, Lou, what
evening
is Strive? You've never endorsed a product before.
No, in my 30 years of training, I've never endorsed a product. What's unique about Strive is that the fact that you could change the cam, anyone from a quadriplegic to the average person can train, because when you're 40 and over, you have injuries. And also, I'll be in New York June 1st, 2nd, 3rd, the Club Industry East show at the New York Hilton. So I invite you to come down
So
and try
basically,
this.
Why are all the women in the audience so bitter? That's a question for somebody on a higher pay scale. That's a $30 an hour streamer question.
Is it a machine?
Yeah, it's a weight machine, selectorized, but it works.
I bet Ben would have a good, really good take on that as to why all the women in the audience are bitter.
The muscle harder and more.
Oh, they
severely
should have called
than
it the
weight
Lou
training.
Ferrigno special or something. All right.
Well, I want to really get back to the fans and bodybuilding, the public, how to improve themselves injury-free. And this is the breakthrough. It will take America by storm.
Strong. Okay, we'll look for it. Okay, now
Yeah,
some
I'm
music.
sure it really took
Some
off,
music.
buddy.
Let's bring out the ladies in their other look, very feminine and elegant, starting with Nikki. Here's Nikki.
No.
And Sharon.
No, I meant like in terms of like I'm a low level talker yapper on those kind of topics. You need an A tier yapper.
Hey, look at the lovely Sherry. And Debbie.
That lady wasn't bitter.
Here's Sharon. Wow.
Okay.
And Kim, the lovely Kim. Nice Debbie. Oh,
Debbie.
gorgeous. And Linda. Here's Linda. Yeah. Fantastic. Well, what do you think?
I think they're beautiful.
Are they gorgeous?
They're gorgeous.
Oh, wow. I got a million questions for you.
Wow.
Oh, look great. Okay, yes, sir.
Yes. I wanted to ask, do any one of you have children? And if you do, how long did it take you to get back in shape? Anybody?
Excellent question.
Okay.
I know women who have been pregnant and have worked out almost until the 3rd week before their pregnancy, and it's really helped them have their baby. And after they got in shape much quicker after their pregnancy because of that. And I think that you can start working out as soon as your doctor releases or gives you a release back to the gym.
Do you have children, Ellen?
I'm a grandmother.
Is that so?
Yeah, I have 2 grown children.
I know that Cece now, my wife is, we have Simone, who's almost 6 months. She's working out.
Believe it or not, I was kind of skeptical on this. This was a last-second choice over a Rolanda that I thought looked interesting. But there was just something about it. But I was really worried it was going to be a dud.
Like a crazy woman right now. She works out every day for like 2 hours. She's getting it back together. How long did it take you?
Well, when I was having my daughter, when I was in the delivery room, they
Hey,
didn't know
Dave's
if I
channel.
had her or if I was going into labor. So I was back in shape in about 2 weeks after
2
my daughter.
weeks?
Yeah.
My goodness. Dr. Allen, is it no accident that none of the ladies on our stage have children?
Their focus is elsewhere.
Focus, I'm not even
Well,
married. I'm
oh,
engaged
okay.
to be married, and I
Wow.
do want children. So
Wow, that was kind of interesting. Just delivered the line and then like just completely zoned out of the conversation.
So it's just a point in my life right now. I haven't had the opportunity to have a baby. I'm not even married yet. So, my focus is elsewhere.
Well,
but
then,
I do
girlfriend,
want
you
children.
better wait. Now, Lou has a child. Hold it, Lou. She's right here. What's her name?
Name is Shauna.
Shauna. It's Shauna. Now, Shauna, you're not a
okay.
bodybuilder, right?
Get some of these
But you're an
layers
athlete.
off.
Yeah.
What sports
Shauna.
do you play?
I play all of the above.
All of the above.
Yeah, the guys in my class get really
In your
jealous
cla-
because
oh, did I
I can
get
play
an?
better
Is this
than they
another
can in
Rolanda
football.
I bet.
thing?
So what do you think of your dad?
I think he's great.
Oh, that's
I
his
support him
daughter.
100%.
Oh no!
You know what's interesting?
Don't come after me, Lou.
Well, I wanted to say my wife, Carla, she had 3 children. And she weight trained till she was 9 months pregnant. And today,
I wasn't really sure what the show was gonna, what like the approach was gonna be. I honestly didn't think it was just gonna be like Geraldo parading the women around.
doesn't have one stretch mark. That's the benefit of weight training.
Wow. Now, Kim, I heard that you came in second place at the recent.
At the Miss International, yes.
But is it true that you should have won? I heard it's a big scandal. Yeah.
I'm a physical education teacher, and I'd like to know what age you would recommend for children to begin
She's looking for a bodybuilding protege.
training or begin working on this.
Oh,
type
Debbie,
of
you're the
fitness.
kindergarten teacher.
What did she say she taught?
At what age should kids start?
Well, I tell you what, I taught school for 8 years as a kindergarten teacher before. I was a professional bodybuilder as a teacher, though, so that's kind of interesting.
And the kids really called you Muscles Magley?
Muscles Mugley, one of them gave me a nickname, yeah.
Oh, look at her, there
So,
she is.
That's my kids,
Cute.
yeah. So, I think that, there's an age, as far as weight training, as far as with heavy weights. I think if you start too young, you could hurt yourself because when you're young, I think of high school boys, they're in the gym trying to squat it. It's an ego thing with them. They want to squat as heavy as they can.
Lou, how
A
old are you?
lifelong commitment.
11.
11.
And I've been weight training 32 years, and now you know how old I am.
I got that. And Dr. Allen, for women, is it any different than for men?
Is what different?
The starting time.
Well, about 10 or 11.
Didn't she pop up during the when they were doing like the audience pans, and she was like, she seemed pretty pleased.
They could do calisthenic push-up, but I would say weight training, as long as they have the correct form, I would say the age like 12.
Well, a lot has to do with when you've completed your long bone growth. And when you've completed your long bone growth, then your GH levels, your growth hormone levels drop. So specifically, you shouldn't be lifting heavy weights.
So she was like legitimately like in really good shape. I was thinking it was just like a regular, like more of like a normie, but you're saying she actually was like a weightlifter.
Before your long bone growth is completed.
Generally speaking,
yeah.
They told me
it's
the
what,
same.
15,
They told me
16,
they told
17?
me the same thing when I was 11, 12, and they said you're going to be short, and I became 6'5".
All right, just how big you could have been, though, Lou. Look at it that way. We got to take a break. Stay tuned.
There's Ben. Shabatoni said that's how Ben was posed earlier today. This music. This is a really long. Is this for Geraldo? Where's Geraldo?
Nikki Fuller's on the cover of The Women by Bill Dobbins. To order Lou's book, you call 1-800-447-0008 and then extension 1. That's for...
I mean, I can't verify that. I mean, he in the movies I've seen, he looks like he's at least taller than most people.
For Lou's book. And Debbie's the spokeswoman for something. What is...
I mean, he certainly looks bigger than Michael J. Fox.
What is Metrex?
I live off of this stuff, and I recommend it for the athlete and the non-athlete.
What's in it?
What a shill.
It's packed with nutrients, low in fat. You just mix it with water, shake it up, and if you need to skip a meal, just take some of this. You want to add calories,
What's it
3 of
taste
these
like?
a day. It tastes like vanilla pudding.
Ladies, lovely, elegant, beautiful. Thank you so
That
much
was
for that show. Bill,
That was kind of an interesting little interaction.
Lou, great to see you again, Lou. Thanks for watching.
Okay, let me go down to my liked videos here. Here we go. This is from 1992. Wait till it loads up. Give me a second. Just trying to save you. So this is from 1992, and it was called The Scrapple in the Apple. Geraldo Rivera in a boxing match against Frank Stallone, the brother of Sylvester Stallone.
We are now ringside for the Scrapple in the Apple.
Now this might get, I don't know for sure because it's not on the Stern channel, but like anything with him on it is like, could be taken down. So if it gets taken down, nothing I can really do about it.
We are moments away. Let me introduce everyone who is in the room with me. First of all, Len Berman will be calling the fight tonight. Isn't that right, Len?
That is correct.
And it is a pleasure to have you here.
And it's a pleasure to be here. This is very exciting. You have there's not a seat available.
That's right. Everything is sold out, and a lot of the money, in fact, all of the money raised today is going to the mentally retarded, which is a charity of Geraldo Rivera's. And also sitting with us up on stage is Michael Spinks, the champ. Michael, who are you calling in the fight?
Well, I'm going with the big man.
I see. Would that be Len Berman or me?
That's Frankie.
I see you're going with Frank Stallone, and Len as well. You're seeing Frank Stallone. Well, a lot of Geraldo fans back there, that's for sure. The fighters are in the ring.
No, they're not.
They're not? Who wrote that card? Let's go now to our ring announcer, Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we get started, I would like to introduce a very distinguished member
Did you see that poster of Geraldo?
of the boxing fraternity here. He's a 1976 Olympic gold medal champion, a two-time world champion, and the only light heavyweight champion in boxing history to step up and win the heavyweight title. Ladies and gentlemen, former heavyweight champion of the world, Michael Spinks.
Michael Spinks, ladies and gentlemen.
Michael Spinks.
Yeah.
Geraldo. I mean, Frank Stallone, one of my favorite shit tier actors, and probably can scrap, but I think Geraldo's got him.
And in the ring at this time, the man who will be scoring this bout as third judge, but he is well known as a referee. He'll be in charge of all the action. He has worked in 100 world title bouts. Ladies and gentlemen, Arthur Mercanti.
Yeah, Arthur Mercanti. Mention his penis size.
What?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I understand the fighters are on their way, and that's all we need for the
Mention his
introductions.
penis size.
So now, from the Howard Stern television show.
You know what? It's actually not that weird. I mean, Spicoli and many others have come on Thorpe TV to discuss their penis size.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Yeah, he was the guy that was around the in Rocky, right? It was him and his friends that were singing around like the burning garbage can.
Len, there's Frank Stallone.
There he
looking very
is.
confident.
Smiling, working.
Yeah,
the
that's what I
crowd.
thought it
Yeah,
was
he
going to
looks
be.
in good shape.
He looks well oiled too, Howard.
Yes, he does. He looks good. Frank is in his purple outfit and looks very tan. He's looking great. That's pretty exciting, Len.
Frank Stallone.
Now, Frank Stallone and I, waiting for Geraldo. Is that a psychological advantage to kind of stay out of the ring for a
Oh,
while?
sure. They do that all the time and try to make the other guy wait and try to get him nervous and upset. And Geraldo exercising that ploy right now.
I see.
Frank keeping himself warm, though, in the ring.
Yeah, Frank is just throwing a few punches.
Ladies and
keeping-
gentlemen, in the ring at this time, let me introduce the fighter who has already arrived. He's wearing the purple colors, weighs 178 pounds. His record,
I'm already
22
anxious.
victories, 18 KOs, only 2 defeats. From Potomac, Maryland, ladies and gentlemen, Frank Stallone.
Not only did Geraldo want to come out last, but he even made the other guy get introduced before so that he could have a grand entrance. That's pretty funny.
Great Frank Stallone, everyone. Frank looks tough, doesn't he, Len?
Oh, he looks good. He looks in good shape, too.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be in there with him
Me
today.
neither.
And coming into the ring at this time, he'll be wearing the black trunks, weighing 162 pounds, with a record of 3-1-1, a knockout victory to his credit from right here in the Big Apple, New York City, presenting Geraldo, the classic Rock Rivera.
The classic Rock?
Geraldo wearing his headgear already. Frank,
Yeah, and he looks
He's
very
ready to go.
serious. Geraldo not smiling at all. Frank you know, joking with the crowd. So a very difference in demeanor right off the bat.
I got to tell you, I'm watching Geraldo, and he does look in shape. He looks very, very good.
But remember, Geraldo's coming in at 162. Stallone has 16 pounds and 2 inches.
And the tan, and don't forget the tan. Everybody knows
Now,
that.
All right, Frank getting into his head.
I'm not sure, since this was like a Geraldo event, if it had other fights on it or not.
Yep, both in their headgear, 16-ounce gloves.
Geraldo looks tough. He really does. You know, you forget that although Geraldo's a lighter man, you got to take a look at those trunks, and he's packing something in those pants.
Geraldo wearing the menacing black colors. I think that's an advantage. Black trunks, black headgear, where Frank has purple trunks and kind of what, a beige?
Yeah, tan, something like that.
Never quite seen that color in headgear before.
I'd like to say something right now. Frank hasn't hurt himself so far.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, referee Arthur Mercante will give the fighters their pre-fight instructions.
All right.
That's right. And by the way, there is a doctor on hand. Everybody
All right,
knows
good
that.
day, gentlemen. You both received your instructions earlier this morning, and you don't have to be instructed again because Len Berman knows all the rules. He'll describe them to the fans who are listening. I wish you both an awful lot of luck. Listen to me carefully, and nothing will happen. Just fight cleanly, and that's it. Good luck to both of you. Bye-bye.
All right. I'm going to turn it over to you, Len. I'll try to keep quiet.
All we have to do now, Howard, is wait for the bell to ring.
That's right. I got $1,000 on Stallone.
The original Tyson Paul fight.
Hey, do you think Stallone used Nair over his whole body, Len? He's nicely shaven, I must say.
Howard, as far as the rules, you know, it's 3-2.
So Saturday, May 23rd, 1992, it looks like.
Minute rounds, that's the amateurs. 3 knockdown rule is in effect. You go down the third time in any one round,
Third
fight's
knockdown
over.
rule
No
is in
standing 8
effect.
counts, so the boxers will not be protected by the referee here, and you can be saved by the bell.
I'm too anxious.
So those are the rules
we
that
need to
we're
get
on,
the
and the
fight
10-point
started.
must system.
All I can think of is Jedi Rich taking that one punch that knocked him down. And just seeing it happen to Geraldo. First Jedi Rich, now Geraldo.
All right, some last-minute rules being explained to the boxers.
49.
Geraldo looks very, very
It's
mean.
exciting. The moments before
Frank Stallone is only 42 here.
a major fight.
Woof.
I'm nervous.
Yeah,
Nothing
15
more exciting in sports.
I feel like I'm going to piss.
Both boxers, here we go.
Oh, here we go.
And they both are in the center of the ring, both trying to jab. Stallone crouching a bit. Stallone going after Geraldo and connects with a left hook. And the uppercut in the right, and Stallone is on top of Rivera. Rivera trying to hold him off.
Oh, this is so
Geraldo
good.
exercising the jab. Really, Stallone on the offensive. And Stallone's jab a bit more effective. And the left hand from Stallone brings a rise from the crowd. Geraldo backed up against the ropes. Rivera told me he was going to try to run in the first round, but Stallone won't let him. It's a smallish size ring, and I think that works to Stallone's advantage. Stallone the right hook. Stallone to the body. Stallone clearly with the advantage here in round number 1. 2 minutes can seem like an eternity here for Geraldo Rivera. Another good jab from
Oh, man, he is
Stallone.
zinging
Another
it.
jab. And a right hand from Stallone.
Man, Geraldo is getting beat down, man.
It's
Wow.
all Frank Stallone.
Oh,
Geraldo's
coming
face
back, though.
reddening. Stallone, another one, backs up Rivera to the ropes. Arthur Mercante separating the boxers. It's been all Frank Stallone in round number 1. And another jab from Frank. Geraldo having trouble connecting and with his headgear.
Frank seems to be going in on the cutting off the ring, right, Len?
Well, Stallone not allowing Rivera to run. Rivera backed up against the ropes. Stallone with a...
I mean, I could be wrong. I'm not a boxing expert, but it really looks like he's hitting him like at will, and he's able to, like, he's not only making contact, like he's almost able to measure, you know, when he's landing them.
Strong right hand, and Rivera trying to hang on. Forget the fight. Can Rivera hang on for round 1?
How much time is left?
How much time is left is right.
2 minutes is a long time.
It is a long time. It's Stallone
man.
connecting with a right, a left, another right. 10 seconds to go in the first round.
Come on,
10
Geraldo.
seconds left, Len.
Final seconds of round 1. It's been all Stallone, and misses wildly with the hook, and that's it. And Mercante has to separate the two. Good round for Frank Stallone.
Oh my gosh.
Frank Stallone looking awesome.
Too much. Oh,
Could there
now
be
we
a
got
knockout here?
Bikini
Michael
Girls.
Spinks, what do you think? What did you think of the first round?
Like I mentioned earlier, I said that Stallone starting early would be to his advantage.
Right. He's come in. He's
and that we could possibly see a knockout here.
Just nice and easy. Hurt him with left hook. You're killing him. But don't hold up there. Your jab is working beautiful. Keep it up. When you draw the gap, block the gap.
Frank Stallone is such a terrible actor, but he's also like he's so watchable because he's such a terrible actor. Like I'll watch pretty much any movie if it has Frank Stallone in it.
Tie your own gap. You're not blocking. You can't just let him clear away. Block the gap and come back with your own gap right hand.
Len, I think we're ready for more action here. Let's go to round 2 as Len Berman calls the fight. Hold on. Geraldo looks like he's recovered somewhat, doesn't he? His face.
He really does. His face was red at the end of the first round, but his corner people have done a good job. Doru Corbinu, a Romanian middleweight champ, in his corner, along with Michael Olajide. They've done a good job. Here we go, round 2, and again, Stallone backs up Geraldo. Geraldo trying to fight back. Geraldo, that headgear is covering his eyes.
Oh man, now we're going.
Geraldo's having more
Now we're getting
headgear than
there.
Stallone. Stallone has him backed against the ropes again. Gotta fix Geraldo.
I mean, at this point in the fight, wouldn't it suit Geraldo just to he's gonna get knocked down eventually if he keeps taking these punches? I would just come out and start throwing bombs and just hope for like a miracle at this point.
Oh,
there you go. Well, that won't count.
No, it's ruled a knockdown. It's ruled a knockdown.
Whoa, wow. Crooked
Geraldo
official.
scores the knockdown. in
Not a
round number
knockdown.
2.
No way.
Geraldo comes off with a jab, and now Stallone has to be angry. He thought it was a slip, and he's going all over Geraldo.
Come on, Geraldo.
And then backs him into the corner once again. We've had a knockdown here in round 2. Stallone went down.
Stallone looks a little bruised up here. Look at the body.
Both fighters look tired here in the second
This is
round.
so
Trying to work the
ridiculous.
body. Arthur McCandy separates the two once again. Geraldo with the flash
Oh, wow.
knockdown.
Here we go.
Stallone connects with a wild left hook and then misses with a left. Now he bores after Geraldo with a right hand. Oh, Stallone making the comeback here after getting knocked down early
He's
in the
in
round.
trouble.
They're both
Ooh,
in the middle
wow.
of the ring, trying to measure each other. Both winded a bit, it's obvious.
Come on, bro. Just whatever's left, put it out
Both
there.
fighters just using the jab. Stallone
Ooh,
connects with
ooh.
a right and a left, and a big right, and he's got Rivera in the corner
Oh.
again. Rivera now turns it around. He's got Stallone in the corner.
Frank holding on.
Maybe one of them will come. Maybe one of them will come in and like bail him out.
He separates the two. Stallone.
Yeah, I mean Geraldo is not very good, or he's at a big disadvantage striking wise. But I mean he's taken a lot of punches, like a lot of punches.
Trying to work Rivera up against the ropes. 5
Wow.
seconds of an eventful second round, and that's it.
That's round 2. Len, I gotta ask you, was that a knockdown?
Looked like a slip. What does Michael think?
Michael, what do you think?
I think it was a slip. It was a slip.
It was a
I thought
slip.
Inspired me. Nice fight. Nice relaxed shorts. After shots. But I'm hurt. You're hurting beautiful. You're loading up.
I'm
Wait
hurting
a
him.
second. We have 2 round card girls now. Michael, what do you think of these 2 round card girls? How's that?
They look great. They look great.
They're looking real good. Hey, by the way,
Geraldo's out of it. Yes, true.
This is it. Just 2 rounds of boxing to go.
Len, is Geraldo surprising you?
Oh, well, I have to be shocked by the knockdown. I mean,
Right.
Arthur McCanty Sr.
Len, there's just 1 round of boxing to go.
1 round.
Isn't that what I said? 2 minutes to go.
2 minutes.
2
to go.
minutes,
Oh, here,
1
the
round.
last
All right, here we
round.
go.
Here we go with round number 3. Both fighters holding on. They're in the middle of the ring.
Come on, Geraldo.
Stallone's trying
Let's
to fight
see it,
out.
buddy.
Geraldo's just grabbing. Stallone with the left jab, still effective.
Yeah, that
He backs
jab
up
is
Geraldo
killing
into the
him.
ropes once again. Geraldo trying to force his way out of there, but he's holding on. Geraldo's strategy may be just to wait out these 2 minutes and avoid a knockout.
Is that what you think is going on here?
Maybe. Geraldo's yet to throw a punch here in the third round. He's trying now.
He's yet to throw a punch.
Now Geraldo tries an uppercut. Stallone counters with a left cross. And Stallone with the uppercut. And Geraldo again just trying to hold
Geraldo,
on.
come on, buddy.
Stallone trying
Oh,
to
there he
measure
goes,
him.
there he goes.
Stallone with the right hand glances off the top of Geraldo's head. And again, Arthur McCanty separates the boxers here. We're into the third round. We had a knockdown in the second. Stallone, a big first round. What'll happen in the third?
Come on,
Geraldo
Geraldo.
trying to grab to Stallone. Stallone's jab effective. It's really
All he's got to do is hit one. Like if he can get that lucky punch, nothing that happened earlier in the fight will matter. He's just got to land that one big punch.
the Stallone jab, Howard. That's held off Geraldo here in the fight. And now they fix.
Because he has no chance of winning a decision at this point. Like there's no way anybody's going to give him either. Well, I guess if they're counting the knockdown, you have to give him the whatever round that happened in, but that's kind of bullshit.
Geraldo's headgear, and here comes Frank Stallone with the right hand. And again, Rivera trying just to hang on. Again, they're separated midway through the final round. Good jab again from Stallone. Backs up Rivera. And Stallone with the right to the body.
What's up, Rush
And all
Limbaugh?
Stallone here in the third round, much as it was in the first.
Yeah, anybody that gets in there and fights, you kind of have to give them a little bit of. You got to give them like a base level of credit, I think, just because it is. I mean, throwing punches is tiring, especially in this kind of environment.
Crowd trying to urge on Rivera. Many of the crowd on their feet. Final seconds of the fight. Will there be one big punch to end it? Again, both boxers clutching.
Interesting
grabbing.
wall.
They're very tired.
Geraldo looks the worse for wear. Looks more tired. Stallone
Oh,
borders
in
after
the
him in
gut.
corner. Final 10 seconds. The left hand from Stallone. Geraldo trying to survive the fight. And he does it. He does it. When he does it. Woo.
Yeah, I mean, you can't knock them. They went out. They threw punches. There wasn't a lot of grab ass. There was really no stalling at all. They just came out and Geraldo just showed he was a little bit. He was better at taking punches, but not too good at throwing them.
Great
Good fight though, entertaining.
Geraldo going the distance. Going the ring. Robin, I'm making my way to the ring. All right, I'm climbing in now. I'm going to try and get to the two boxers. Get in there. Frank, how do you feel? How do you feel, Frank?
Oh, good.
Do you? We're waiting for the judge's decision, of course. Did you
Zac
think it would go
Efron.
3 rounds?
My fighter won.
You think Tom Caddy thought he won?
I think I landed harder punches.
Well, you surprised by the knockdown?
That wasn't a knock. I slipped.
You say you slipped. Try and get into Geraldo. Let me get over to Geraldo's corner. Geraldo, great fight.
Thank you.
What happened in the knockdown there? Do you think you got him on a clean knockdown, or was that a slip?
It's hard to say. He's tough.
Are you glad you went the distance with him? Some were predicting an early knockout because of the heavier man.
I don't get knocked out.
You don't get knocked out. Good fight,
Oh, baller.
Geraldo. We'll wait for the judge's decision.
I don't
All right,
get
the two
knocked
fighters,
out.
looking good. It's wild. I held the belt in my hand, the championship belt. We're going to wait for the decision. Here we go.
All right, Michael Buffer's in the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's the official scoring. Arthur McCanty Jr. scores about 30-26. Carol Castellano has it 30-26. And Arthur McCanty Sr., our referee, scores it 29-28 for the winner by unanimous decision, Frank Stallone.
Frankie boy.
And let's hear it for Geraldo Rivera.
Robin, how do you get into the ring? How do you get in it? Let me bring the championship belt to Frank. Frank, you look confident through the whole fight.
Let me say one thing.
Turn to the camera.
Let me say one thing. Geraldo Rivera has got more heart and more balls than anybody I know.
Let's go.
I hit
Yeah.
this guy with hard shots. He came back. He didn't give up for a second. He's a man. more than a man because it takes a lot of balls to get in this ring. And I take my hat off to it. I outweighed him. He came back fighting, and God bless him. Geraldo, come here.
Paul Bearer in the very back of the audience.
Man.
Right, here's Geraldo Rivera, a great fighter, Geraldo Rivera. The two boxers hugging. Geraldo, it's nice to be in the same ring with a gentleman. Frank's a good fighter. His punches were really stinging. I'm glad I could go the distance, and it was a real honor to fight you, Frank.
Let me say something to both of you guys. I have never sat so close in a fight, and I got to say something. I have much respect for both of you. The way you guys were bashing each other. Geraldo, I couldn't believe you took some very heavy punches to the body and face, and the same with you, Frank.
Yeah, he's got a. I was hitting him with shots, and he's got a strong chin. And anyone out there that thinks it's easy, let me tell you something, man. We're in our 40s. To get in this ring, you have to have like guts. And Geraldo.
This is 92 30s, maybe?
Rivera is a man of his
I couldn't tell you how old he is now, though, I guess, really. He's probably in his 60s now, right?
word, and he came to fight.
Let me ask Geraldo one question, Frank. Well, I noticed Frank was wearing a lot of lotion, Geraldo. Were you find that your punches were slipping off of him?
It was a bit distracting. I didn't know whether to punch him or kiss him. No. Frank is a great fighter, and any of you guys doubt that, come on down here and spend a couple of minutes.
Geraldo, let me ask you one final...
One question. The headgear seemed to be a problem for you, and you made that mandatory. Do you feel that was a mistake?
Headgear. It wasn't his headgear, and it was big, and it does slip because of the vast...
Geraldo, are you sorry you went for the headgear? Because maybe it would have been a little bit easier fight for you. The headgear kept slipping into your eyes.
On the other hand, maybe I could have had brain damage.
Right.
Good job,
like me for
Geraldo.
show today.
I got you. Can I say one more thing, Tom? I'd like to thank my trainer, Tom Patty, who got me in shape. 2 weeks ago when they told me about this fight, I was laying in bed with a cigarette in my mouth and a bottle of wine. This man got me in shape. I'd like to thank Brian Hamill, my corner man, my friend Tom Cantone, Howard Stern, all the people at the Jet Center in Los Angeles. God bless you. Thank you. And this is for a wonderful, wonderful cause.
Hair pieces. Who wore a hairpiece?
Let me make that announcement, Howard.
Go ahead.
I know you don't like to be associated with good things. Let's just turn this to the crowd, though. On behalf of Frank Stallone and me, and yes, Howard and Robin, $10,200 going to the mentally
$10,000.
retarded.
To contribute to the Working Organization for Retarded Children and Adults, call 718-767-4075.
Man, 10 grand.
Live from the...
So that's kind of interesting to me that back then 2 celebrities would have a fight like this where they actually go all out and try to really fight each other, and then they give money to charity, whereas now like Boogie and Wings would demand like 10 or 20 grand to fight.
Scrapple in the apple. Robin Quivers and myself. We'll be back later on the radio. We're going to take a seat in a second, Robin, go over the betting, but we want to say goodbye to our TV audience right now. Goodbye, everybody.
Wow, that was pretty awesome. Let's see. I want to show you another one from the woodcutter. Oh, look at this one that I found, by the way. This will be a good time. We got time to watch this one. Shabatoni gonna love this one. Why am I always loading? There we go. Quality content. Okay, where is my other... Here we go. Yelling into your voice to text. No, these are all like YouTube videos. They're like that's a partnered YouTube channel. Watch the hammer skills on this in a minute. Wow. I like this one because you get to see her reactions, like if things aren't going like super smooth. Oh my God, incredible. Oh yeah, there was one more. Here we go. This one's really short though. Monster Law. I wonder where, like, she must live on a property with a lot of timber. Oh my God. Oh my God. What a great video. Wow. Wow. All right, I got a little bit of time left. Let's check in on Savvy Guy. We haven't watched him in a while. You don't like you don't like her fit? Oh my God, look at okay. Look at the title of this one. What has having a good spirit done?
What's going on, guys? Back at you guys with another presentation. In this presentation here, I'm gonna tell you I'm just here to break the ice, guys. This is something that dating coaches, PUAs, all the guys that's in the pickup community, all these guys know this. All these dudes know that as a man, if women like you, you're gonna be sought after. All these men that's in the dating community, Mr. Lucario, all these men who try to give lame dating advice to men, all these men.
I think it's actually superior goon content for sure. I think I like her, that Gia Armani, and then I also like Lauren Jumps, which is like a completely like wholesome e-girl.
And know that if you're a man,
at least on YouTube. After the Bailey Brooks fiasco, I'm not looking them up anymore offline, or off of YouTube. I mean,
women desire, you're gonna be sought after. That's what Mr. Lucario knows. Like, all these men know you're gonna be sought after. But I'm gonna get into this presentation, guys, and I'm gonna tell you guys about something a woman told me the other day. I was in a ride and I was vibing with this older woman, and we were just talking about life and stuff. And one thing she told me, and I know I've heard people tell me this before, but I was thinking, you know what? That's a good compliment that you're giving me, but what has it done for me? This woman told me that I have a good spirit, and I'm not throwing no shade at what the woman told me by her telling me that I have a good spirit. I'm not throwing no shade at what she told me. Okay, I have a good spirit. I've heard people tell me that before. But my question is, what has having a good spirit done for me? Okay, it's not.
Yeah, I mean, Lauren Jumps is like, it seems omnipresent.
Nothing wrong with having a good spirit. There's nothing wrong with having good energy. But what has having a good spirit done for me? What has going out of my way to be a good person done for me? Like I told you guys, I don't go out of my way to deal with people because I know people.
What struggle?
Are evil. I don't go out of my way to make friends. I don't go out of my way to deal with people at all because I know that people are evil. I stopped going out of my way trying to make friends with people because I know people are evil. You got people that are smile in your face and act like they like you, act like they cool with you, but underneath the surface.
ATF Media, hopefully we'll see you tomorrow for George Dorunda.
They can't stand you. So I don't go out of my way to deal with people. And it's all well and good that this woman told me that I got a good spirit. But I was just thinking to myself, what has having a good spirit done for me? Okay, I've gone out of my way trying to be good, trying to be a righteous person, believing in God, whatever. But what does that matter? Having a good spirit don't even matter in this world. Because you know what? There are plenty of people in the world who don't have a good spirit. But you want to know what? They got all the goodness that you can want in life. You know what? A lot of women don't have good spirits. A lot of people in general don't have good spirits. So, you know, it was all well and good that this woman told me I got a good spirit. But my question is, what has having a good spirit done for me? I mean, having a good spirit hasn't done nothing for me in my life. Like, the way I've been treated, how I've been done by women, having a good spirit hadn't done nothing for me. Hadn't done nothing. So,
what do you want me to do a Savvy Guy IRL tribute presentation about? I tried to do one about seeking vengeance on ungodly women, but I just couldn't. My brain won't. I can't process that one.
I mean,
I can't get
it was good
codified
that this
into
woman
savvy
told me
speak.
that I got a good spirit, but having a good spirit don't mean nothing. The only thing that matters in this world is what you look like. What you look like and what you have.
Hey, TJ.
That's all that matters in this world. Nothing else matters. Being intelligent don't even matter. Because you know what? You can be intelligent, right? But if people don't like the way you look, they won't give you credit for being intelligent. But here's the kicker. If people like the way you look, you could be dumb, but people will think you intelligent, all because of your physical appearance. That just go to show you that looks is everything. You could be dumb, but if people like the way you look, they'll think you intelligent. So that's why I say, guys, the only things that matter in life is looks and material possessions. That's all that matters. This is a very, very shallow world. A very shallow world. And
yeah, he just tried to meet up with somebody and it didn't go really well, and she told him that he had a good spirit. And so he's like, what has having a good spirit done for him is what he's asking.
having a good spirit don't mean nothing. Like I stated, guys, I've had plenty of people tell me
I should have just waited. I knew, like, he's gonna repeat the point of the presentation like every 30 seconds.
I got a good spirit. But having a good spirit don't even matter in this world. Because you got a lot of people walking around in this world with evil spirits. You better believe it. It's a lot of evil spirits walking around in this world. A lot of evil spirits. A lot of evil spirits walking around here. So when people tell you that you got a good spirit, I mean, that's a good compliment, but it don't mean nothing. A lot of women don't have good spirits. If you ask me, women are not good-spirited people. Women are narcissists. They're all about themselves and what they can get out of a man. Women are definitely not good-spirited people. Women are evil. And that's just the truth. People in general are evil.
Oh my God.
People in general are evil. This is why I say, you know, it's all well and good when people tell you that you got a good spirit. When people tell you you got a good personality, but what is it doing for you? What is having a good spirit doing for you?
Well, Savvy Guy and I definitely have a difference of opinion on game. He says that game doesn't exist at all, that there's literally no such thing as game, and I disagree. I think there is game, but I think that game is not it's not a permanent unlock. It just gets you like, it can just open some conversation options for you that might make it easier to get wherever you want to go. But he thinks it doesn't exist at all. I think it does work. I think there is game, but it only will cover you to an extent. Like, it can only boost you so much.
In this world, is it getting you the things you want? What is it doing for you? Having a good spirit don't matter in this world. Don't matter. You know? The only things that matter in life is what...
Dude, Savvy Guy will make videos after an argument with his mom, and he'll be like, I was just talking to my mother, and I told her there are no godly women. She told me I was going to meet a good woman at church. I never met one. If they existed, I would have met one by now.
you look like.
And if you watching this video, you never met one either.
Like in what you have. Because what you look like and what you have, that's going to determine how people value you as a person. That's going to determine what perspective people put you in. If people don't like, if you don't look like nothing, if you don't have nothing, then people not going to value you at all. People going to disregard you like trash. That's the world we live in. This is a shallow world, guys. And I was just thinking about what that woman told me the other day in that ride, that I got a good
What do you mean get cracked? Game live streams?
Spirit, and I'm like, what has it done for me though? Okay, I got a good spirit. Is it gonna let me, is a woman gonna bend that thing over and let me put it in from the back?
Okay, I have to hear that again. That was a classic savvy guy.
Thinking about what that woman told me the other day in that ride, that I got a good spirit, and I'm like, what has it done for me though? Okay, I got a good spirit. Is it gonna let me, is a woman gonna bend that thing over and let me put it in from the back? Okay, I got a good spirit. Is a woman gonna marry me and have kids by me? I mean, what has having a good spirit done? I mean, it's all well and good, you know, that woman complimented me and told me what she told me, but I mean, what has having a good spirit done? Having a good spirit don't mean nothing. Don't mean anything in this world.
My favorite savvy guy is when he did a whole thing about how women are shallow and only want like certain things from men. And then he's like, and you know, when it comes to women, I don't care if they're a good person. I don't care if they have good character. All I care about is blasting off, busting nuts.
Especially when you got a lot of evil spirits walking around here. But it is what it is, guys. You know, this world that we live in not worth nothing. And women definitely are not good-spirited people. Can I get a witness? Women are definitely evil-spirited people. Women are definitely evil-spirited people, full of the devil. We know that. We know that women are not good-spirited people.
The same woman telling you she can't find a good man is the same woman down at the club clapping her behind. That's an all-time classic savvy guy too.
How many of you guys will agree with what I'm saying? How many of you guys will agree that women are evil-spirited people? That women are full of the devil?
What a great video.
How many of you guys will agree? Put
Great
a thumbs
video.
up in the comments of this presentation if you agree with what I'm saying. Do you agree that women are evil-spirited people? Because I do. I mean, people in general are evil-spirited. But put a thumbs up in the comments of this presentation if you believe that women are evil-spirited.
Put a thumbs up in the comment if women are evil.
People, because I know women are evil-spirited people.
Woo!
There are no good women out there. We all know that. We all know that. There are no good women out there. Women are all the same. And another thing I want to clarify in this presentation.
Here we go, yeah.
And don't think that I'm getting...
You know it's going to be good whenever he's kind of starting to go on a tangent, because he hardly ever does that. I think this will be good.
That I'm disregarding what this woman told me, that I got a good spirit. I mean, that's all well and good. But having a good spirit, having a good attitude, that don't mean nothing. It doesn't mean anything. But another...
Oh, I thought he was... Well, I'm such a mark. I thought he was saying he was going to say something different, and he just repeated the same thing again. I'm such a fool.
Thing that I want to touch on in this presentation, guys, is before I forget about this, a lot of guys believe that dudes who are not selected by women got to go to the gym, and that's going to change their whole life. I was working out the other day at the hotel because I like to stay active and I like to do things to take my mind off of this horrible reality that a lot of us live. But going to the gym, guys, you know I've stated this before, but going to the gym is not going to make a woman want to sleep with you. I mean, guys, people was telling me that back when I was in my early 20s.
Oh, no.
That you got to go to the gym,
20s.
you got to work out, you got to self-improve. That's all BS. When I was 21, I didn't listen to that. I'm 35, soon to be 36 this year, and I'm still not listening to that. I ain't trying to hear that garbage. Going to the gym is not gonna make women want to screw you. I want to say that before I end this presentation. I see a lot of comments where guys always say that, oh, you got to go to the gym. Well, I work out in the gym. It ain't done nothing for me. It never did nothing. And it's not going to do nothing. See,
I went to the gym last week and nobody screwed me. What does that tell you?
Going to the gym, you do that for your own benefit as a man. You don't go to the...
As Ben would say, Joe Shabatoni, well on his way to 50.
...gym to attract women. If you working out, you do that for your own personal benefit. I mean, look at it like this, guys. There are some guys who never step foot in the gym and women want to give them all the sex in the world.
True.
So, what do you got to say about that? That just go to show you that guys who think that going to the gym is going to make women like you, they're totally...
It's kind of nice getting a little mini presentation at the end.
...misguided. Because there are dudes out there who've never stepped foot in a gym, and plenty of women want to bust that thing open for them. So, guys, if you believe that going to the gym is going to change your life, you're ignorant. That's all I'm going to say. You're ignorant. Going to a gym, working out, pumping iron, you do that to stay healthy. You do things for your own personal benefit. Going to a gym is not going to make a woman like you. It's not going to make a woman want to bend that thing over and let you clap it from the back. Let me get explicit for a minute. It's not going to do that. So, you know, a lot of guys talk about this going to the gym and working out. That's BS. That's not going to make a woman want to sex you up. So, you know, like I stated, there are guys who've never stepped foot in the gym, and plenty of women want to get him some. So I'm not trying to hear that, you know. But back to what I was saying about the woman telling me I had a good spirit. What has having a good spirit done for me? But you guys have a good day. Leave your comments.
Have a good day. Let's check in with our friend Tony Yeoman. We might have just enough time for a Tony Yeoman. It's been a minute. Here we go. Barbecue ribs and... Oh, that's from 5 months ago. His recent videos are pretty long. What's this one? That's from a month ago. Let's just go to his page. What am I doing? That was a great video. I mean, a wild but very entertaining video from Savvy Guy. He had like 200 and some people in his last live when I checked in. Okay, let's see. We can probably do this one. Barbecue, hot links, and corn. I drank that shick. Now I'm tripping.
What's up with it? Watch this video to the end, y'all. Check out what I got today, man. I got hot links with the bread, corn that was boiled with a breakfast sausage, a salad with 2 motherfucking peppers on the side, baby. Yeah, baby.
Tony always dresses like he's a quest giver in Grand Theft Auto Vice City, which I deeply appreciate.
Baby, look at that, y'all. That's what I'm talking about, y'all.
2
motherfucking
peppers on the side, baby.
Yummy, 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 motherfucking yummy. Woo.
Huge plate.
All right, y'all. Before I get with it, let me say...
Oh, no background. That's interesting.
Lady Grace.
Grace.
Amen and amen. Woo-wee, man. Look at this, y'all, man. Now, this cone, I said, you know, boy, I had some breakfast sausages. And I had a bag of corn. And I boiled, well, I had like what? I put like 4 or 5 of these breakfast sausages in there with the corn to give it more flavor. Sometimes I put bacon in that motherfucker.
An Eddie Murphy character.
But this time I used corn. I mean, sausage. And damn, that shit good. Man, when that corn good, that was some good ass corn, boy. It was that maple flavor sausage. Yeah. Boy, that's some good shit, boy. I gotta try that, boy. Get you a bag of corn. Put that motherfucking a pan of boiling water.
Yeah.
Throw you about 4 or 5 of these breakfast sausages in that motherfucker.
Yeah, and they have a good like rapport too. It's like she understands, she gets it. Like she talks like just enough in the episodes, like to remember that she's there, but she doesn't like step on his content. Unless he starts to get really political, then she'll chime in.
A little salt, pepper, whatever season you want. I use lemon pepper. But, whew. That's some good shit, boy. Woo! Boy. Ooh, man.
Tony Yeoman, by the way, was the first ever person that was ever featured on like one of our like Boit episodes where we like looked at a bunch of different people. Tony Yeoman was the very first person that we ever watched on one of those.
Let me get some of my lemon thunder, baby. Oh, shit. Ooh, that was good, boy. You ate that sauce. I didn't even think you were going to eat.
I have the weirdest taste in content. Yeah, I think he has 2 refrigerators, yeah. Which I'm not surprised because, I mean, I don't know. I mean, he made a video saying, fuck restaurants, I'm going to cook my own food. But if that's true, he does eat a lot of, like, big meals. I just like it. I just like the approach of YouTube of, like I always say, of like looking into different like aquariums with all different kinds of like, you know, all different kinds of fish.
Eat that damn sausage, man.
His and hers.
Ooh, shit, boy, I got me $1,000 dress.
Tony Yeoman and Lauren Jumps, honestly, wouldn't you think she would be pretty expensive to try? If you had probably had to pay her to do a collab unless you were bigger than her.
She popped in my face. Motherfucker. Don't do that shit no more.
I see her, and then even though I don't watch the videos, I get that James and Jasmine on every, like those are pushed in my algorithm constantly in the shorts, but only in the shorts.
Beat your ass with that shit. Oh. Yep.
So,
boy,
so far.
Shit, boy. Damn, boy.
Oh. Is that true, Get Crack? I know he was in my chat when we were watching the Elder Drazi stuff, and he was saying that like he thought OPC should be like fronting the cash to draw in the talent.
Whoa, look at that boy. Oh no.
Like to me, Tony Yeoman is like just like watching I watch Tony Yeoman like he's just part of my like regular TV rotation now. Like I'm checking all this, like checking his page at least once a day.
I said hot links, but I meant barbecue hot links.
Barbecue.
Got the barbecue sauce all over that motherfucker. Boy, last night was a motherfucker, y'all. I couldn't sleep worth a damn last night.
He wanted to give you the, he wanted to give you the stream keys. Well, if LolCow Rejects wants any Mark Fusion content, I'm one of those premium characters that you can't purchase services for that show with regular money. I have to be traded in like lore items.
Night, man. So, I'm just saying, you know that old Vietnamese lady out here, right? You know, when I first moved here, man, we wasn't that good of friends, man. You know what I'm saying, man? Because she been here a while, and she thinks she owned the place because she been here so long. You know, that shit didn't fly with me, you know what I'm saying, man? You ain't gonna just do what the fuck you want because you were here before me.
Well, it sounds like Lol Cow Rejects is a much different energy than like typical on like a John Galt or Process.
Motherfucker, you know.
Especially if they're gonna open the floodgates a little bit.
But over the years, we became cool, you know what I'm saying?
That's a... Like, I ask this every time, but like, like, that's a lot of food, right? Like, that's a big plate, period. But then, like, there's so much food on there, like... Man.
Oh, no, I think it's like 80 years old, man. I know she's old. I know she's at least 80-something years old. And her mom's still alive. I know her mom at least in 100. I don't know. She might be 70. I don't know. But her mom old, too, man. Her mom's still alive. Usually, if you 70, 80 years old, your mom and dad ain't alive, shit.
And one of them died on stream. Oh my God. See, I never knew about this side of John Galt. Like, I always, from how the Thorpes always kind of made it sound like it was kind of boring whenever they weren't around.
I see this old lady, man. I mean, she's old, man. But she walk around like she's in her 20s and 30s, man. You know, every summer she be out here, you know, man, she make this garden and shit. And she got these big ass fruit trees in her yard and shit, man. I go outside sometimes, I see this motherfucker up in the tree picking fruit and shit, man. Motherfucker, I can't even do that shit, man. Climb no motherfucking tree. I can't climb a tree and pick no motherfucking fruit, man. I mean, I could, man, but shit. My head might fall like a motherfucker. I'm saying, if this old lady, man, you seen that shit, man, it tripping, boy.
What?
I go outside sometimes, I see this motherfucker up in the tree. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? I'm like, man, the fuck, man? Like a little...
I don't even know what's happening anymore.
Oh, yeah, man. So I was talking to her I ain't gonna say yesterday, close to that. And she said, I told her I was kind of tired, man. I said, man, I've been doing shit all day today. I'm kind of tired, man. She said, she speak English, but not good. I don't know how the fuck she don't speak English good. She been here all these motherfucking years but can't speak English good. Either she just fucking with me, really can. I don't know, man. Man, she asked me one day, can I help her teach her learn how to speak English? I said, motherfucker, I can't even speak English good. The fuck I'm gonna teach your ass. I said, yeah, I'll teach you, man. But it never happened, you know. So, I was telling this lady, you know, how tired I was, man. And she said, you drink coffee? I said, yeah, I drink coffee, motherfucker.
Yeah, I drink coffee, motherfucker. Hey, Backwoods. I already asked her. I brought it up to Grace. I told her who he was, you know, that he was really funny and that he was down in Texas. I put the feelers out a few days ago.
Mm.
Grace was like, Mark Fusion says, Tony Yo Man is in Texas.
That's kind of good, boy. So she gave me this coffee, man. It was some old weird name. It was some coffee from Vietnam. That Vietnam coffee, that's some strong ass shit, man. I ain't drinking that shit ever again, boy. You know, I made that shit. It was like taking a whole box of caffeine pills or some shit. It was like drinking speed.
Tony Yo Man, he's on a pretty good... I mean, I don't remember for sure, but I think he was only around like 1,500 subs when we did the Boyd episode about him. And now he's like creeping up on 5K.
Some shit. Man, that motherfucker, I be up. I couldn't sleep. I try to make myself go to sleep. I'm laying in bed itching. There's a bunch of ants and spiders and shit all over me and shit, man. The room is spinning.
I'm not going to communicate with people like on behalf of the Thorpes. They need to. There needs to be a direct. I don't want to be a middleman in that kind of scenario.
Nigga, my heart pumping. Nigga, I like, what the fuck? Nigga, this bitch get me, man. Shit. I'm hearing shit. Man. I'm hearing cats outside fighting. And man, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm hearing shit I usually can't hear. But these ain't no makeup.
He said one time that he got a $300 Cash App offer to do the video where he gargled the water and then said all the weird stuff. But then he made another video a few days later, and I keep forgetting to go back to it, where he says that he almost got caught up in a Cash App scam.
No, what's this, right? It enhanced my hearing. I'm hearing shit farther away. You know what I'm saying, man? It made my hearing better. I was hearing this bullshit. I didn't want to hear it.
Oh my God.
Hey, you laughing. You didn't drink this shit. If my wife didn't drink this shit. My dumb ass drunk that shit.
I think he's looking at a TV. I could be wrong though, because he'll react. He's on a few occasions. I feel like he's reacted to whatever he saw on TV. Normally, if it's like Trump, he'll say something.
I'm trying to go to sleep. Can't sleep. Damn, boy. I'm tired of the motherfucker today, man, because I couldn't sleep last night.
I think he had 4 hot links to start with, didn't he? Or was it 3?
So I'm laying in the bed. I finally went to sleep, man. I finally went to sleep. It was like 3, 4 o'clock p.m. Because I didn't go nowhere today, man. I'm too fucking tired. My mom called me. Told me, you still in the bed? I'm like, yeah, man. Shit, boy. Still in the bed, man. I said, shit, boy. I didn't really tell her what happened, man. And she was talking about something. I'm like, I'm tired, man.
2 nice fridges, too. Tony's got some cash. Or a Lowe's card.
He said, okay, I'll talk to you later, son. I said, I love you, Mom. I said, I love everybody. Talk to you later, man. I finally got my ass on up. I had some stuff I needed to do today, man, but shit, nigga, I was, man.
Somebody just commented on one of my Vegan Patriot videos. I've never seen anyone put a clothes hanger on window blinds. Great, that's a good comment.
I didn't have the energy. I was tired, man. That coffee, man, that shit, man.
A whole pack of hot links?
That shit hype you up so, man. Man, that shit, man, it hyped me.
I think really, though, they have one fridge that's like for everything, and the other one is just to make sure that Tony never runs out of the motherfucking peppers on the side.
It hyped me up so much. And then when the effect went away, nigga, I was just drowsy, man. Now I went outside. I saw that old Vietnamese lady taking trash out. And she said, you like the coffee? I said, man, what kind of coffee was that, man? I said, man. And she started laughing and shit. She said, you ain't used to that coffee, yo. No. And she was telling me, you want more? I said, yeah, give me some more. I ain't drinking, but I got some. Man.
Has he got to the point he drank that shit and now he's tripping? I think this has all been about the neighbor, right?
I was so tired, I had to drink some low coffee. Some regular coffee just to wake my ass up from last night, man. But I ain't drink that Vietnamese coffee. Man.
Look at all that food. It's so crazy to me. Like, he's been eating on that forever, and I feel like there's still, like, multiple servings. What is that, mac and cheese or corn? That feels like that's, like, multiple servings of corn are still left.
That's some potent shit, boy. I see watching me running around this neighborhood and shit. Man. Whew. Really good, boy. I need more rich here, boy.
Isn't there one of the, like, big lolcow documentary channels is like all AI, like all videos are made that way? I'm pretty sure, like, I think Leaping Lemur made a video about it.
Oh, man. Oh, that's good, baby. Oh, that's good, baby. Shit.
Like, I don't know. It just, I don't know. There's just something about the, like, it's just so much food.
What? Man. I probably was tripping last night, boy. I ain't bullshit, boy. Shit, I could have cramped in my feet. Well, not my feet. I caught, man, that coffee was so strong. I caught cramps in my toes, man. My toes cramped up.
The coffee was so strong that it caused him to have cramps in his toes. Okay.
It's kind of like, oh, shit, nigga. You ever try to walk up and down the stairs with cramps in your toes? Yeah, nigga, boy. Man, motherfucker, I thought I was gonna, boy, I said, boy. Ooh, shit, nigga. I'm laying in bed with cramps in my toes. That shit, man, look, that's a fucked up ass feeling, boy. I'm wiggling my toes, trying to get cramps out of my motherfucking toes and shit, nigga. Ain't never caught a cramp in my toes. I ain't talking about one or two toes. I'm talking about all them motherfuckers, man.
There are times that he's absolutely at war with the plate, but I am glad that he's not one of those people who, like, feels like he has to eat everything on the plate for the videos. So sometimes when he's really struggling, I think I'm glad he doesn't, like, just completely gorge himself. Well, I mean, any further. Tony is 18.
That's good, boy.
Look how much corn that is. Wow, that's a lot of corn, man.
Good, boy. I'm okay, though. I was fucked up, boy.
I need to get a second phone so that I can show people when I'm out doing IRL, I can show them Tony Yo-Man.
I guess I was fucked up in a good way. I don't know, man.
Fucked up in a good way.
I know my ass gonna sleep with a damn, boy. And then when I did go to sleep, let me tell you about the dream I had by drinking that motherfucking coffee, man.
What?
I had a dream. I went to my old high school. And I don't know why I was even there, man. I walked in the building. I went to the office, the attendance office, right? And I told a lady at the front desk, I said, you ain't gonna believe this. But I forgot what class I supposed to go to next. I said, I need a copy of my schedule. And she went over to the printer and just gave it to me. Just gave me a copy of my schedule, man. You know, like a little fuck. I said, you don't need my name or nothing? I said, you don't need, she just gave me a schedule. Motherfucker. And I'm looking at the schedule, right? And I said, hey, there's a bunch of little words and shit, you know. And she said, what's the matter, sir? I said, I didn't want to sound stupid, dumb, and because, you know, she probably think I couldn't read or some shit. I said, can you read it for me? I said, I can't see the shit. I left my glasses at home. Oh, shit, boy. And I didn't want to tell her that shit because she probably thought, oh, this illiterate ass nigga can't even read. And I can read. I just couldn't see them words, man. I didn't have my glasses. I didn't have my glasses in my dreams. I couldn't see that shit.
That sounds like more like the kind of effort like a hater channel would put in rather than like the actual Lol Cow Rejects channel will put in. I could be wrong though. Do they have an editor type person on the... Does King do any editing?
Well, then I woke up. Ooh, boy. I'm having good, but ain't good, man. All right, man, I'm full, man. Yeah, boy.
Is he all done?
That coffee kind of cut my appetite too, boy. Shit, boy.
That's a lot of corn.
Y'all ain't gonna believe this shit. But this the only shit I eat today, man. That coffee was a motherfucker, boy. That coffee that lady gave me, man. Shit.
You got any more?
You gonna drink it? Whew, yeah. Oh, man. All right.
Yeah, there we go. Well, maybe not. Maybe he's got something up there like to remind him of what he's doing or something. Oh, or is that his, was that his camera remote?
Yeah, man.
There's his camera remote.
Oh, man, I'm full, man. Whew. Until next time, baby, until next time. Subscribe, baby, subscribe. Like, share, comment, and all that bullshit.
What a performance from Tony Yo, man. Oh, a channel all of its own, yeah. There are like podcasts that are like that, but the issue with them is that the people that run them won't represent them visually. And I think for a show, like, you need people that are going to appear on camera. So like, I know there's like a couple really, really popular shows that recap lolcow stuff. Then you have like IP2, obviously, but like none of them have like much of like a vibe to the presentation or like hosts and stuff like that you can see and like, you know what I mean? That aren't just like the generic profile picture thing. Wow. But probably not the people that you're talking about. Like I'm talking, they're covering like the big name, like lolcow types, which are still kind of buoyed, but wow. A savvy guy, great presentation, great. I love the big war sword Great episodes of Geraldo. We got to see how tough Geraldo was. That was pretty good. All right, my brain is weed freezing, so that's probably a good time for me to go. Anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow for Prime Time with George Dorunda. If you missed it, next week I'll be able to stream, I'm pretty sure, for like an extra 2.5, 3 hours a day, I think it looks like. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. I do appreciate it. Hopefully I'll see you next time. And thanks, Get Crack, for all the gifted memberships. And don't forget, if you're a member, we have the new Ben wearing the gold hat emote is already added. So thanks for hanging out.